Thuggalicious. Let's go.
Daycare. Welcome to
On Fiverr.
the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from towners. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler, please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause or else she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping, yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Niggas need to stop giving these bitches all the attention. That's why niggas is dying now. Niggas die. Hoes get horny.
Man,
Creatures to
welcome
become
to the
irrational when
Dirty
they get.
Folks.
You shouldn't indulge them. Hirata.
Welcome to the Dirty Folks Daycare. I am your main man, Dirty Folks, and I missed y'all, man. Welcome back to everybody, man. Miss y'all a lot. Yo, so shout out to the homie XL Pro, man. He sent me a clip. But this has been on my mind for like 2 weeks, man. I ain't did a show, like I only did 3 shows this year, but I'm back in action, man. And I'm gonna have a panel. I hope Mr. O come up. He sent me a clip from an old head, and everybody celebrated. And I want to break this down, step by step by step, or really what the black curse is, really what white supremacy is, and how this relates to how black people see Donald Trump, and it affects their whole politics. So we're gonna get into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's go. I'm breaking down as we go. Always something.
Problem is niggerism. That's the real problem. And that's the problem in all ghettos. That's the problem, niggerism, where you got people who have just been, they have dyed in the wool, if you will, against white America, against American structure, and they have no work ethic. You can't get a job. You can build all the jobs you want. You can't make these young boys go to work. They're not going to do it. The schools teach niggerism, and that's why the immigrant problem issue is such a major issue, is because Latinos, Mexicans have not been indoctrinated with niggerism. Niggerism is to let the government take care of you. The government owes you everything. The government owes you a house, it owes you education, it owes you income, it owes you a track phone, it owes you a pair of sneakers. And this is niggerism. And that's what all the black, the Hamite, if you will, politician, and progressive, if you will, Japheth politicians, that's what they teach. And niggas have just been beat down to the point where they have no work ethic. Detroit is suffering from a case of niggerism. And $100 million ain't gonna go nowhere except into the hands of all the thieves, the drug dealers, the politicians, and it'll be right back where it started from. Niggerism in Detroit. Baby.
Yo, I'm gonna break that down later. I let it rock because I want to let y'all know what these boomers are really doing, but we're gonna come back to that later. This is a chart. When boomers talk about niggerism, this is a chart of premarital birth rates in America by decade. In the 1930s and 40s, there was a lot of silent generation dudes that was getting with single mothers and adopting the kids. And if their daughters got pregnant, if they lived up north, they'll send them down south. If they lived in Mississippi, they'll send them to Chicago to have the kid. Then they'll adopt the kid like it's their child, even though it's their grandchild, because people wanted to keep the family unit together. In the 1950s, 1953 to be exact, that was the beginning of the civil rights movement. As you see more progressive dysfunction, more anti-government speech, you see an uptick of all groups, but this is the blacks just outpace everybody in just silliness, right? But you see an uptick. By the time we get to the 1960s, this spike right here is the free love movement, the rebel without a cause movement, the anti-authority movement, the communist movement. When people talk about we're gonna live in a commune, commune is the root word of communism. But they act like they patriots while they doing communist thing. You know who communists are? Women in general. In general, women are communists, right? Because women think the entire world should take care of them. They should have their pick of the litter. Everybody should get along, and everybody has rules except them, right? That's communism. And that's what boomers were: selfish, self-centered communism. We're not even getting to the economics of it. We're talking about, we're not even really getting to the politics yet. We're going to get into that later. We're talking about community, right? To commune in unity. Communism is to commune and everybody gets the same. Common being the root word, right? Community is we all get along, right? And only men get along with other men. Women don't really get along like that, except to hate men or hunt men. But in the 1960s, they started spiking. You see a break right here. By the 1970s, this was the start. This is just showing non-marital birth rates, but this was also the start of the blended family movement. When all the couples who already had, they were single moms from the 1960s, this is when they started finding a husband. If you look at any Gen X or millennial, right? So you're going from 1970 to maybe 1990. In those 20 years, damn near every black family, like 96%, had an older sibling with a different last name than everybody else. People were coming into the relationship with one child. I remember being a small child in the late 80s and listening to my older sister's friends. They talking about, I could deal with a girl. She only got one kid. She can't have two kids. Now, motherfuckers think they can have 1,000 kids. Everything gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? But back then, it was, she got one kid. They were grooming people, and boomers were grooming Gen X and millennials into cuckoldery by making it acceptable, right? They were giving you shows like the Brady Bunch, Blended Families, right? They were giving you shows, they were giving you movies like Claudine, Blended Families, right? One man with his own two grown kids that's going to take care of a Diane Carroll, 5 kids by 4 dudes living in the projects, because they were grooming you for cuckoldery. Once you can't commune in unity, you don't have a community anymore, you have a hood, right? So this started with the boomers. When the boomers started talking about, and I'm going to get into this later, but I'm going to say this real quick. When the boomers started talking about the negativity that's going on in society today, they'll always point to young males because they hate men. They hated their fathers because their fathers was about function and they were about anti-authority. That was just their generation. You know, the flower child generation. It was about anti-authority. And they saw their father as a father figure because he was their father. And they hated their sons that they didn't even raise because their kids was latchkey babies, because natural law, forget what the new normal is. New normal just androgynous stuff. Natural law dictated that, yo, pops, what are you doing? If they around at all. It's a lot that went to get a gallon of milk and never came back. That's the boomer generation. So when they start talking about the things they're talking about, we're going to get into it in a minute. You got to understand who they are. But I'm going to tell you who they are when we come back to break that down later. But just remember, everything they blame you for was them.
I was raised by baby boomers. Most baby boomers don't even know how many kids they have. I'm a middle child. I went home recently. We're looking at family photos, and I wasn't in a bunch of them. like key photos through the years. And I was like, Dad, why am I not in these photos? He goes, I don't know. You were probably busy or something. When I was 7? What was I doing at 7? Was I auditing my Ninja Turtles? Was I swamped with paperwork at Christmas?
And I don't expect you.
You know what? Hold on. I put that in on purpose because when my mother died, true story, when my mother died, all of a sudden, all these photo albums popped up. My mother had maybe 40, 50 photo albums. No cap. And if there's 4 photos per page and there's 50 pages per photo album, that's 200 photos, about 50 photo books. 250, that's 1,000 photos. Out of 1,000 photos, I was in 4. No bullshit, bro. I was in 4 photos, bro. It was crazy. I was in 4. They had a picture of me when I was 2 years old on my dad's chest. They had my I might have been in 5. They had my kindergarten graduation picture. They had my 8th grade graduation picture. They had my either junior or senior year yearbook picture. And I think they had a picture of me at 40 with my sister. The only picture me and my sister got together. And I knew her for 40 years. She my older sister. I've known her 40 years of my life. If I'm 40, I knew her 40 years. No pictures together. She got wild pictures of my sister, though. Wow. She got hella pictures of my sister, my sister's kids, my nieces. She got pictures of people I've never heard of, 30, 40 pictures with other people. I'm like, who is that? They're like, oh, that's your cousin such and such from Rockford. I'm like, what? I've never met them people. But you got 30 pictures of them? I've known you my whole life. 4 pictures. To quote Gorilla Pete said the most gangster thing ever. He said, boomer men weren't made to be dads. They were made to be stepdads. Because they operate everything like a stepdad. They come through, they pay for stuff. Like my man talking about his Ninja Turtles. They'll buy you gifts or whatever. And they treat you like, all right, I got you something. Now go in your room so I can be with your mom. So they never really raised their kids, which is why they had latchkey kids, right? It's not only that you worked, it's that when you weren't at work, you were still working on doing you. So once again, when they start talking about everything that's wrong with America, or Black America is young men's fault, where were you, my nigga? Where were you? Right? If you think about it, all the Black men who were like mentors and coaches, they didn't have no kids. Or they started coaching just because they want to spend time with their son and end up doing the whole baseball team. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very rare. So you're looking at situations where the mentors either don't have kids or their kids outage the program they in because, you know, your son can only be in Little League for a year or 2. But now you're the Little League coach for like 14 years because you enjoy the sport and you want to share the knowledge. But the actual dads, boomer dads, they moved like stepdads. And they had a bunch of kids that they don't, when he said they don't know how many kids they got, bro, that was no bullshit, bro. That was no bullshit. They got all those kids with a different last name, all those siblings you have with the oldest one got a different last name. They don't know how many kids they have because they were in the free love generation. But they'll blame their sons and their grandsons for they'll blame their sons for not having kids. We in a protect your semen era. We've been there for like 20 years now. They'll blame their grandkids for not having kids, blame their kids for not marrying their baby mama. Nigga, I don't even know my half brothers and sisters. Like, bring them home, nigga. Because the problem with Black America is not the stereotype of Black America. Because everybody's not a killer. If everybody was a killer, then half the population would be dead. Everybody not a drug dealer. If everybody was a drug dealer, who you selling the drugs to? Everybody's not a deadbeat father. As a matter of fact, 4% of Black men represent 61% of Black women's pregnancy. So only 20% of Black men are single fathers, like unwed fathers. 20%. And 4% are responsible for 60% of pregnancies. So that means 5 times Those 4% of men, those 4 out of 100, have 5 times more kids than every other man, and most of them, more than half of black men don't even have kids. But they'll call you all deadbeat dads, and you ain't even no dad. But you don't have no kids, and you're playing stepdad because all these girls busting. But the stereotype will fall on men. But I'm gonna break that down when we get back to the boomer section. I'm gonna show y'all how they blame everything that women do on men. And I'm not saying men are perfect. We are not angels. Men do a lot of dumb shit every day. Every day. But we get called out on it. So when we start talking about politics, how black people see politics and how black people see community and how black people see their sons, because they never see nothing wrong with their daughters. You'll see. Watch.
And I don't expect you to understand unless you've been loved by a gangster. Cause if you've been loved by a gangster, then you know, baby, they don't play about you. If that man love you, baby, it's nothing like a gangster ass love. Like it's like Romeo and Juliet. You know what I'm saying?
Like Romeo and Juliet. She was cute too. When you start talking about the necessities of men, men are very simple creatures, man. We very simple. I'm come back to
Emotional
this.
creatures
Men
become
are very
irrational when they
simple.
get triggered,
I
so
need to take this
you
shit
shouldn't
off.
indulge them, Hirata.
Hold on. Let me do this real quick. This is gonna pop up every time I come up. Hold on. Alright. Men are very simple creatures. Generally speaking, right? Generally speaking. Our basic needs for men, after you get the shelter out the way, is food and sex. Like your enjoyable things are food and sex. Everything else is auxiliary things, right? Like I got a friend that like to gamble. I don't like to gamble. Don't take away from our friendship. I'm just not going to the casino with you. I have friends that smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. I don't mind if you smoke weed. Go ahead, rock out, knockout. You probably need to be calm. Not my thing. Those addictions you have on the side, those character traits you have on the side, doesn't take away from the core primary things that every man could talk about. Food and sex, food and women is something every man can talk about. Most men can also add in sports, right? There's certain things that are just universal conversations for strangers you meet at some meet and greet, and y'all could just start talking, right? Because men like women, men do what women like. It's very simple. Because men like women, men do what women like. Because you're selling yourself, right? And the only way to sell yourself, to sell a product, and your product in this particular case is penis, you know what I mean? In order to sell the product, you have to make it appealing to the consumer. There's no other way around that. Did I just freeze up? There's no other way around it. You got to make your package appealing to the consumer. For those who don't have the ability to do so, they end up using money as a segue to for the lack of communication skills that they have, right? But if you can crack a joke, you can get a girl with a joke. If you have a trait, a skill set, like you play basketball or you can sing or whatever the case may be, whatever your skill set is, you can get them with your skill set. What happened to my poor little camera? Yeah, my camera said, meet me at the crossroad. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. My camera just went out, guys. And I ain't gonna switch up cameras either. We doing it live. So when girls start talking about they like a thug, there's a lot of dudes that was nerds in high school that became thugs because girls like thugs and guys like girls, so guys do what girls like. And then you get a little PYT. You get a little PYT, a little spicy. You know what I mean? And the spicy saying she only love the thugging. Dudes will pretend to be thugs. They'll get braided up or whatever. So the toddler mentality from the 1960s, we're gonna come back to that. From the 1960s, girls wanted a bad boy. That's why your oldest sibling don't have the same last name as the rest of y'all. Or if you're the oldest sibling, while your younger siblings got a different last name. Because that first baby was a practice baby she had with a thug. You know what I mean? Until she realized that thugs weren't stable. And then she wanted a working man to cut coal and be a stepdad. But then you have to go through the segue, right?
If that man love you, baby, it's nothing like a gangster ass love. Like it's like Romeo and Juliet. You know what I'm saying?
I'm used to dating thugs. I'm not used to dating good guys with the glasses and the good job. I'm used to going after guys that hustling, and that's what I like. My ex is in jail right now. Let me give you a little woman tip. Go after the ones with the glasses.
The men that she liked.
So,
or whatever, right?
Hold on. Let me go back to that. So, then you go through the segue, right? They have kids by thugs. Then they try to find a guy with a 9 to 5 to help her take care, because girls can't count. That's why girls don't need money, my nigga. What the fuck they gonna do with money? Money ain't nothing but a series of numbers that you have to balance. Like girls don't balance shit. When girls' money get funny, they either get a simp or find a program. Girls don't have to know how to count. They really don't need money. Money just confuses their life. But when they figure out that they need a subsidy, they find a guy. I don't even care about the glasses. I do care that he knew he was going to be on TV. He didn't get a line in. I do care about that. Get a line in, my G. I don't care about the glasses. It's a nice tie. Get a line in. But they start going through that segue. Now, this young lady right here, she wasn't fully invested in her segue. She was like at the beginning of it, right? She was like, yeah, black women are dumb. Girls are dumb, period, face facts. Girls are dumb. But that's why they need a man to tell them what to do, which means black men are weak. But we'll get to that in a minute. She didn't fully go into her segue of I need a dude with glasses in order, and maybe I should shut the fuck up and fry chicken. She didn't quite have it. She got the dude with the glasses, but she didn't know how to shut up and fry chicken. Instead, she went back and cheated on him with a thug and put the baby on my glasses dude right here, which is why they in paternity court. Y'all see the name of the show. That's why they in paternity court. Because what ends up happening is it doesn't matter if she's 16 years old or she's 66 years old. It doesn't matter if she's dating you or if she birthed you. When a toddler starts to toddle, my nigga, let me say that. When a toddler starts to toddle, they'll always hate the functional man. They have to go for dysfunction. They will worship dysfunction. They will celebrate dysfunction. They will put their money behind dysfunction. They will put their effort, their tears, their soul behind dysfunction and hate function. The function that you're thinking about, most people will call manhood, right? But black people will call it white supremacy. You know what I mean? That's why they call police the man, because they see any semblance of authority as a man trying to hold them down. That applies to women, just on whole it applies to women. And it applies to these pro-blacks and especially these baby boomers. But all these niggas raised by single mothers too will be there. White supremacy. White, you don't even know a white person. Most communities in America are either strictly black. If you like black women, it's strictly black. And if you like white women, then it's diverse, it's mixed. And you get Iowa, South Dakota, or I about to say Hammond, Indiana. Not Hammond, that's niggerish. Indiana. Everywhere except Hammond and Gary. Because men go out to find greener pastures. They go to Green Bay, Wisconsin to find a white woman so they can actually see their kids. When you deal with black women, though, black woman, black man relationship, you don't even see white people. White people don't even live in black communities. They don't, because they can't commune in unity with the color to blame them for being born without pigmentation. They playing crayon games, and those crayon games become culture games, right? But it all comes down to they start off with I want a thug. And why do they want a thug? You know what? I'm gonna let my man explain it.
That's what I like. My ex is in jail right now. Let me give you a little woman tip. Go after the ones with the glass.
The men that she like or whatever, right? So she's saying that she like gangsters, she like thugs and shit like that,
you looking
right?
at your phone?
So I'm looking around like, what the fuck you doing here with me?
He look at his phone like, well,
right? And then so I'm just like, I'm just letting her talk or whatever the case is, and she's like, yeah, I like thugs, I like this, I like that, whatever, right? Out of nowhere, she's just, you got a gun? Right? And I'm like, I got real serious with her because I was just letting her talk and shit. I got real serious. I looked at her, I said, I don't even know you like that. Why would I tell you? Because you may potentially snitch on me, if this potential relationship don't even work out.
I'm gonna let it continue to cook. I'm gonna bring it back. Yeah. Here's the thing, and I've told y'all this before. First of all, man, shout out to Mr. O, man. Shout out to Mr. O with the $10. Damn, my bad. Shout out to Mr. O with $10 super chat. It has been a grip, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my guy. You know it's love. Thank you, my bro. The reason that women like felons, one of the many reasons, they talk about a sexual, they want a person to smash them like a nigga in jail. But that's not even why, right? You can get good pipe from anybody who got good pipe. The reason that women like felons is because they need to have leverage over the men. The reason they like dumb niggas, they want to have leverage over men. They think they're smarter than thugs, so they feel intellectually superior, even though a lot of times they're not. They want to be able to call a parole officer if she can't get her way so she can control you. And if things don't work out, as my man just said, they want the opportunity to destroy your life because you should never have happiness if she's not the one that makes you happy. We talking community, we talking culture. Do you know how destabilizing that is to a community? Where all the men in the community have to start over all the time just because they love the woman? Think about that. Think about that. Every time I have a friend, and I know he finna get married again. I know he is, right? I know he's talking about if I get married again. The first time he got married, they spent $100,000 on a wedding and then moved into an apartment. He regretted to this day, like, we could have bought a house. $100,000 on a wedding, moved to an apartment, was married for 3 months. She cheated on him, got pregnant by another nigga, and they got divorced at the 11-month mark. The second time he got married, they spent $35,000 on the wedding. Now, the wedding, I missed the wedding. I got there late. I got there just when they were just walking out the wedding, going to the reception hall. The reception was lit. I mean, lit. They had dancing midget puppets, my nigga. No bullshit. They had midgets in puppet suits getting jiggy with it. It was the coldest, bro. It was a beautiful wedding. I saw the pictures. I missed the wedding. And it was a phenomenal. I don't know if it was worth 35,000, 12,000. Yeah, definitely 35. I don't know, but even a $12,000 party just to celebrate a girl for her day is for not 35,000. Beautiful wedding. At the bachelor party 2 days before the wedding, at the bachelor party, his best friend Bill, me and Bill made a bet. Bill said, "Man, I bet this marriage don't last 6 months." I said, "Man, I'm gonna give him 6 months. I bet it don't last a year." Right? These motherfuckers got separated 4 months into the marriage, but didn't get divorced until month 13, nigga. They did that shit just so me and Bill couldn't get our bet. But their marriage only really lasted off and on after 4 months. The first time he had to sell his condo to get an apartment to be closer to where she worked at because he's being considerate for her to cheat. Boom, get divorced. Second time, he bought a house for those in Chicagoland area. He bought a nice crib in Calumet City. He was nice with it. We begging him, don't sell your house, bro. He like, man, she got a 2-flat and she got a home daycare. Just be cheaper if I live with her because her house is her business and we can stack bread. I'm like, yo, bro, you don't stack bread with women. Like, nigga, we the same age. How don't you know this, nigga? You don't stack bread with women. It's what's hers is hers, what's yours is ours, nigga. Like, no, you gonna L on this. Once again, separated in 4 months, divorced in 13 months. Had sold his house, short sold his house, so he didn't even get top value. Now he back at his grandma's crib in less than a year. Third time charm, he got another crib now. Third time the charm, now he talking about getting married again, moving in with a new bitch. I was like, bro, how many cribs you gonna sell? How many times you gonna start over? Talking about it ain't nothing but money. It ain't nothing but money. You right. But, nigga, we've been stacking since we was teenagers. Like, the whole game is to stack bricks, to accumulate wealth or accumulate accomplishments, accumulate whatever you're going to accumulate, subscribers on YouTube, whatever, and maintain that and then make it grow. It's not to keep starting over, my G, just because you fell in love with a stripper. But you multiply that by Black community USA, and you get a bunch of dudes starting over just because they were in love. Only thing you did was be in love. Mr. O said he a glutton for punishment. Hey, bro, I think every nigga in Chicago a glutton for punishment, bro. I swear to God, bro, I think that every guy who has dated 10 or more Keishas at some point is a glutton. If your mama Black, you a glutton for punishment, my nigga. I'm just telling you. If your mama Black, you was probably a glutton for punishment, and you had to take a trip to Des Moines, Iowa, and find out how people are really supposed to treat you, how they supposed to respect you as a man, as a human being, for you to go back to Black communities to be like, oh, this is some bullshit. Hood say they don't even be strippers. They all strippers, bro. All of them, every girl is Sukiana, my nigga. The nurses is Sukiana. K through third grade teachers is Sukiana. Police women is Sukiana. The strippers probably got the least body count of every girl I just named, nigga. Kappa sweetheart Sukiana. I don't give a fuck about they wearing Hillary Clinton pantsuits, nigga. They bussin'. I'm there. Senator daughters bussin'. Everybody bussin'. Cause there's no penalty not to bust. Ain't nobody gonna send you down south for you to have a kid. Ain't nobody gonna check you, boo. They all bussin'. And all gonna be strippers, the same clothes that strippers was wearing in the 1980s and 1990s. Like in Chicago, we had Rush Street, and New York is probably, I don't know, Delancey or something. And it's just a strip, like a hooker strip. Back when you had free, like open air hookers, like before now you got OnlyFans and shit like that. Like when you had to go outside with some sunglasses and a raincoat and $50 and go out here and buy you a hooker off the corner. The prostitute clothing of 1988, when I first started paying attention, because I'm watching Eddie Murphy movies and I'm too young to watch and stuff like that. By the time 2000 rolled around, them stripper outfits from the 1980s and 1990s, the hookers used to wear. In 2000, I never forget this. In 2000, we went to the mall. I'm finna tell y'all Chicago shit, because everybody got a mall. But this particular mall in Chicago was Ford City Mall. We went to Ford City Mall. My girl got me on a bench. You know how like women's clothing stores, you don't want to go in a women's clothing store. So the mall is so considerate. They always got a bench in the hallway in front of the women's clothing stores, my nigga. So you can watch. So I'm the purse holder. I'm cucking, right? I ain't hold a purse. I'm the bag holder though. Like I got the shopping bags and I'm sitting on the bench outside the clothing store for women. but she taking too long. So I go in the store, and I was gonna buy this for my girl, bro. I see a mannequin, and it's a denim G-string, 2-piece string bikini, bro. Not G-string, string bikini. Denim though. It's a denim string bikini with rhinestones and studs on it, and it was cute. It was cute little lingerie. And I asked the cashier. I said, "Yo, how much is so?" And she was like $100 or $80, something like that. And I'm like, for some swimsuit lingerie? She said, "That's not lingerie. That's club clothes." I said, "What the fuck?" I couldn't believe it, bro.
Hell no. To the no.
$80. And that's when I noticed the mannequin had riding boots on with it. I forgot about that part. I didn't even peep the riding boots until she said it. They had the knee length riding boots with a denim fucking string bikini, and she said that was what girls wore to the club. So when I say all them Sukihana, bro, they all Sukihana. They all goddamn Sukihana, man. And then you turn around, and once you say, "Yo, I'm not really feeling the Sukihana in you. I'm not feeling felony-ish," right? Is felony-ish a word? Felony-ish is a new word, y'all. I just made it up. Felony-ish is a word. I'm not feeling felonious, which is a crude word. I'm not feeling felonious. I don't want. I have a nice car because I pay a car note. I didn't move kilos for this. I have a gun to protect my home. I'm not doing drive-bys with this. It's just my 2A, right to have it. And they'll turn you down for that, which is what my man right here is talking about, which is why I wanted to pause that, because he said, "Man, you a snitch on me," and she will snitch on you. If she thinks you can be happy without her, she will call your PO. They call the police on you at 2 a.m. if they have a bad dream, my nigga. Any nigga who's ever lived with a girl, you felt the heat and woke up at 2 a.m. she just staring at you, and you're lucky if you wake up, because if you don't wake yourself up when you feel the heat, the police will be waking you up with lights on. Like, "Hey man, you gotta leave your house." Why? Because she had a dream you was cheating and the dream felt real. So now you got to go to jail, or you got to walk it off. Or you got somewhere else to go, sir. Like, this is my crib. Well, sir, that is what they do. That's why they're always on a hunt for a felon. So on a low level, or if you want to be pro-black, a low chakra vibe, a lot of young men become felons because that's what girls like. And it works when you're in high school to be the weed seller, you know what I'm saying, or the weed smoker, because girls want to get high, but they don't want to pay for their own drugs, to have an X pill. Girls is cool with that, but then, yeah, we're gonna open panel, Brad. But then guys grow out of it, and girls grow into it. Because there's no check and balance, because black men are weak. But we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Or whatever cases. But no, I don't have one. But if I did, I still wouldn't tell you. Like, why would I?
Like, what was her answer after that?
She looked befuddled. Like, she didn't know.
What if she was G-checking you and she had her gun? You got to be careful.
That was a possibility.
Yeah, she could have been trying to line you. You whiz. Wealthy whiz. Mm-hmm. Fly Gucci whiz.
Regret and white supremacy. This is no for myself, because I want to transition, but a lot of things people call white supremacy is just you don't want to blame black women, and black women can't blame themselves, so they'll blame the man, quote unquote, the man. Whether the man is a placeholder for everything. A man who acts like a man. It's a placeholder for white supremacy. It's a placeholder for the legal system. It's a placeholder for government policies. The man is a universal tag for anything that has authority and implements that authority in order to keep order. whether it's as something as minute as a father, an older brother, or a police officer, or something as major as the president of the United States. That's who the man is. And the man and white supremacy is interchangeable. I got you, man. Give me 10 minutes, man. I'm gonna drop the link. Give me 10 minutes. So when women can't take accountability for themselves, who they date, they gravitate toward dysfunction. I told y'all this before. Y'all remember this clip?
The type of men.
This is Crash. In Crash, you had not Tay Diggs. My man O Dog. I can't think of his name. He from Chicago too. Lorenz Tate. You had Lorenz Tate as the thug brother, and then you had my man right here, Don Cheadle, as the brother with a good job, good credit, the one that you can count on, that you can rely on. Who did mom love? The dysfunctional kid. Who did mom blame? The man. Let's check it out. You know what? Shout out to Don Cheadle on this too, bro. Shout out to his character. Because mom ain't had no money because girls don't need money. And Don Cheadle brought his mom some groceries while she was asleep. And she took the credit away from him and gave it to the thug's son. Shout out to him for just letting her have that. Because he could tell he pissed like, yo, fuck this bitch. But, you know, his mama black. What you gonna do? Shout out to him for letting her have that, bro. Because I'm like, bitch, what? But shout out to him for letting her have that. You will have a situation like the divorce court thing where they'll get a good man too soon and they don't have to thug out their system yet. You will have situations where they don't know how to relate to a man, like the young man before this clip, where they asking, man, you a thug, you sell drugs, you got a gun, you got a felony, because they don't even know how to communicate with someone who ain't thirsty, somebody with other shit to do. People be like, you ain't got no money, you can't get no girl. The niggas with no money get all the girls. Nigga ain't got nothing but time, nigga. When you ain't got nothing but time, you can get all the pussy. When you got shit to lose, who got all the babies? Niggas with no bread. And basketball players. Basketball players got babies too. But you either a pro athlete or a nigga with nothing to lose. They're the ones that get all the kids. Dudes who have to make rent, you gotta make rent. Man, they real selective on who they nut in. I was like, oh. Anyway, shout out to him for that. So then you go through the segue, right? You go like, and then you get the ones after they figure out they not really that they need to do better. Like they think they getting mature. Toddlers are always gonna toddle, bro. Toddlers are always gonna toddle. Wherever toddlers are sold. But they think that maybe they shouldn't do that. Now we get to the regret part. Right? The regret is, but it's the regret with no accountability. The regret is for baby boomers, and we're going to get into that with the Donald Trump part, because I'm going to break down this boomer. But the regret is everything that I did wrong, I'm going to punish somebody else for. I'm not going to take accountability. I'm not going to punish me, right? I didn't raise my kid, as a generation, we didn't raise our kids to such a magnanimous level, such a massive level that we didn't call our kids Gen X until after the millennials. Think about that. Nobody heard Gen X until like 1996. The millennials was on their way when they came out with Gen X. We was called latchkey babies our whole fucking childhood, bro. Like, that's the latchkey generation. They weren't calling you Gen X. You was a latchkey generation. They didn't raise their kids to such an extent that by the time 1995, 96 came around and their kids were old enough to have kids, they started bringing in child neglect laws and truancy laws and all that shit to make their kids be better parents than they did have the ability to be. They did every fucking drug in the world, every mushroom, all the LSD drops, the cocaine, the marijuana. They freebase shit and spoon so long. They just said, fuck it, man, let's just rock it up and call it crack. We ain't even gonna keep doing individual smoking. We just gonna bag it up already, ready rocked. But then when they kids come through, like, yo, bring in the crime bill. Lock them up over baking soda. Every regret they had is a punishment for somebody else, but there's never accountability for them. All them boys, they married now, probably the single mothers. They all was watching Kiss and the Gap Band, and they was all on this motherfucker. And every goddamn parent, everybody who got a Bowman parent, you know it ain't no lie. They all had some leopard draws, nigga. They run around in leopard thongs and fucking cod pieces, sucking dicks on the low, talking about the sexual freedom, and then feel regret about that shit. And they can't, and they tell their kids, oh, don't be gay. But then secretly they promoting TV shows like, you know what I mean, like Spin City and shit like that, because that's who they were. That's who they are. Like my man said, he wasn't even black. Like my man said, they got so many kids, they don't even know how many kids they got. But then they tell you that the future generation, he said them niggas was main steward. That's wild. That's crazy work, bro.
Hell no. To the no.
It takes some bullshit. So now, I'm gonna let her talk for herself.
Now call me crazy if you want, but I am a recovering thug addict. Okay, and it is very hard to stop doing something cold turkey that you've become addicted to.
Stop it. Get some help.
Right? So I no longer date thugs. I'm dating squares now.
Okay.
So when you're talking to me, do me a favor and put a little bass in your voice.
Know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
Like, be mean. Not mean for real, but mean just to please me in the moment. You get what I'm saying?
You can't make this shit up, people.
Like, I need you to sound really assertive, like you mean it. Like role play a little bit.
Don't you ever talk to me like that again.
Now don't go upside my head, but say things like, let's say you tell me to do something and I don't do it as fast. Be like, what I say? Tell me to shut the up.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man.
Tell me to go sit down somewhere.
Man, sit your ass down.
Like when you say something to me, pretend like, you feel me? Because I be having withdrawals and I be like, he's too nice.
You're scratching all the time. You can't sit still.
And another thing, like I know that you like to dress nice and wear these dry fit shirts. Can you put on a black hoodie? Can you sag your pants a little bit? I know you like to smell good, but can you spray the smell of a black and mild every now and then? Just a whiff. As a recovering thug addict, if I ask you to do any of the things that you have heard in this video, please do it, brother. Please help me. Help me scratch this itch.
Hell no, nigga.
Please. Thank you.
I'm about to cook this dude. Before I cook this dude, I'm gonna cook him with y'all, man. With y'all, I'm about to drop the link. I gotta find the link. So I'm looking for the link, because you know OBS hate me. But I got my audio right today. I should get credit for that at least, bro. I should get credit for that. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm finna find this link. Y'all can look at my homegirl AZ Booty.
Came hard between his fingertips, while his right hand eased her love lips. Nikki Mullins' finger darted across her slippery which is when she felt her insides being split by the thickness, gasped for breath as water stroke after stroke. Her legs quaked and her muscles, oh shit, Dion, at the top of her lungs, and swallowed his meat whole. Her hands grabbed his hips, and she pushed and pulled, forcing him to thrust his pole back and forth against her twisting tongue, as it gradually turned into more than she could swallow. She moved her hands to the shaft and
Crusader Publishing, where books come to life.
Hold on. I still ain't found the link. Be right back. Yeah, I'm back on the grind. Oh shit, I ain't even on here. All right, we back at it after mathematics, man. I dropped the link. Hey, all right, you gonna drop the link? I dropped the link. All right, so how can I do this? Now that I already dropped the link. I know what I'm gonna do. Um, trying to figure out how to show the video again. Shit. Yo, I ain't been on so long, man. This was stream y'all all the way around, bro. I didn't know nothing, B. This a whole new stream yard, B. Like, they got a budget. Let me see. Bam. Oh, share screen. There you go. Mr. O was popping.
What's good, Charlie? What's good?
Man, I missed y'all, man. I missed y'all. I ain't been around in a while. I missed y'all.
Why does it say schedule? And why I'm hearing feedback?
You hearing feedback?
And it says schedule on the part.
Man, I wanna. Man, I really want to do late night, bro. I really want to do it like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm like 11 to 1. That's the time I really want. Everybody be asleep though. I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's the issue.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, boom. All right, no, I want to review this dude again, man. Cause he said a lot of foul shit. He said a lot of baby booing shit, bro. And I want to point out something to y'all as we go along or stroll along. You know what I mean? It's probably pimping.
What's good, my G? What you been up to?
Man, broke starving a game bang. Maintain. You know. Now that I see the thing at the bottom. Yo, support the podcast, yo, man. Cash up your boy, man. I'm broke starving and game banging. You know, I can't buy no EBT no more, bro. They shut that down, man. Come on, man. Help your boy. Let's go through this line by line, man. This dude is tripping. Now I'm gonna tell you why he tripping. Cause it sounds good to blame everything on black men, but say why he tripping.
All right, press play.
I'm trying, man.
Real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem. And that's the problem in all ghettos. That's the problem, you know, niggerism, where you got people who have just been, they have dyed in the wool, if you will, against white America, against American structure, and they have no work ethic. You can't get a job. You can build all the jobs you want. You can't make.
Hold on, man. He said a couple things. I wanted to bring that. First, he said, man, the problem with all the ghettos is niggerism. First of all, ghetto is a Jewish word. So, like, in trailer parks are ghetto. But you don't call them ghetto, you call them trailer park. It's crazy how black people take all the negatives and attach it to their identity. It's just bananas to me. Bananas. And then he started talking about motherfuckers don't want to work. But you only had ghettos where you had single mothers.
I mean, ain't trailer parks really like projects on wheels?
Yes. Trailer parks are what the projects used to be when men could live in the projects.
With
That's why
white men. White men was living. Yep.
I mean, they might blow up a trailer cooking meth or something, but people cook crack in the kitchen. I mean, the game is the game.
Nah, when them boys came back from World War II, them small hat with the big noses, and the Germans, all the Anglo-Saxons, you know what I'm saying? They were staying in them projects before us niggas did.
And you notice they all got beautiful names. They all gardens, acres, parkways.
It look like Marshall Field Gardens up north. Where Polo G from?
Art Gale Gardens, Cabrini Greens, Stateway Gardens, Parkway Gardens. They all got beautiful names. And if you look at the photos of when they first came out, they used to have like trees and flowers and all type of stuff. They look nice.
You got about Parkway.
I'm talking about all of them. Every quote unquote
Parkway
project looked alright when when the oven people had them.
Mm-hmm.
They look nice
until
they kick men out the projects.
Okay, I give you that. Or men had their own houses when the bitches moved into the projects.
Nah, because projects was just low income housing. It wasn't Section 8 housing. It was just like I'm broke, I'm on my ass. Like in New York, how they got the what they call them? Tenements.
Same thing, project.
Yeah, they got the tenements where it's really one apartment, but they make it 3 apartments. You all got to share a bathroom shit.
Oh yeah.
Like it was just poor man shit. Like you stay here till you get on your feet, then you move around. It wasn't
like a
subsidized living like that.
Shotgun house.
Yeah.
Yeah, them tenements. Yeah, you right, because they get turned one big ass brownstone that used to be a house into like 3 apartments.
Man, I hope.
Yo, is it me or do y'all hear echo?
Yeah, I probably do hear echo, but that's because of the audio from the video. I had to turn the audio on. Maybe I didn't have to turn the audio on. Hold on, let me turn the audio on. I'm gonna try again. Hold on, let me see something. Cause I think I went through that before.
Maybe I didn't have to turn on. Hold on, let me turn the audio on. I'm gonna try again.
Yeah, because on the YouTube playback, all you guys the damn do it on the screen. You won't see us.
Oh, okay, that's how I do it. All right, I'm gonna put it back on, but I ain't gonna put. I'm not gonna use the StreamYard audio this time. All right, let me know if y'all can hear it.
If you will, against white America, against American structure.
Oh, y'all can hear it. All right, that's
perfect.
I took
the
echo.
Now we. Yep.
All right. So then he said we're going against America, against structure. That's anti-authoritism. That's his generation. That's him.
Bro. You look, you know what? I'll take the summer of love. Look, we gotta go a little bit further back a little bit for these motherfuckers. We gotta start in 1965. I believe when Malcolm bit the bullet, figuratively and literally. But when Malcolm bit the bullet, that's when all the shit started.
Started before then. But
Kennedy.
you know what? I'm gonna tell you when it blew.
Kennedy.
It blew sometime between Malcolm, taking a nap, and Martin taking a nap. That's when it blew. Because we're no
All
longer.
right, now see, I'm about to do the DEI thing. I'm being inclusive to both the white piece of shit boomers and the black piece of
No,
shit
all
boomers.
the boomers, all the boomers. But it's not because of Martin or Malcolm necessarily. It's just
JFK too. You got put.
no,
That's
no,
why I
no, no.
said the white
JFK,
boomers.
maybe. But look, but this is what happened. That's a silent generation movement. Martin
All
and
right,
Malcolm was
okay.
in their 50s, bro. Those was dudes born in 1926, 1932, and they had a move.
1927, 1929, both of them died at age 39. Nigga, come on
All
now.
right, all right, they died at
That
40.
might be some okay.
All right, 40
That
then.
might be some occult shit right there
You're
too.
right, my bad. 40, not 50, 40. But they was born okay, cool.
They don't even make 40 yet. They both died at 39.
That's not my point is World War II was over in 1945.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah.
the boomers started at like 40 what? 41,
No,
43
no, 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 no. 46. Anybody born between
after 45.
1946 and 1964.
All right, cool. So when they got hit in the 1960s, them boys 19, 20 years old, they fucking summer of love shit. It changed when the silent generation's kids was old enough to bust down.
1965.
I get you. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying I don't think it's because of Martin or Malcolm necessarily. I think it's just because them young niggas grew up.
All right, you know what? We know what the best, because we got it's the best thing about being alive in this century and even this century. We have a time capsule of all they fuckery on tape and everything, even with acting theatrics. You know what my point of reference for the fucking early stages of boomers is? Cooley High. And it's a Chicago shit and it's some boomer shit at the same damn time. So you can't lose.
They biggest black activist was a gay man. Out, out. What was the he was a poet? What was the poet name?
You talking about Bayard Rustin?
No, 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 no. He was gay too, but he wasn't out. I'm talking about
Not James Baldwin.
James Baldwin.
He's silent.
I know, but I'm talking about the biggest black activist was a gay man.
Yeah, James Baldwin. Yeah.
Flaming. Somebody I want to move to France so I can suck with ethics. America's racist because they won't let me suck in public. Am I lying?
You ain't lying.
I want to move to France so I can suck 12-year-olds.
Hey, well, he was going for the right location.
Hey, man. However you eat your
Pause.
baguette, my nigga. However you
Pause.
eat your baguette. I ain't here to judge, bro. I ain't here to judge. I'm just saying. When you're facing masculinity, when they say I need a man, and they get a gay.
Did you hear about that joke? Did you hear about that joke with the French man and the British man in a hotel room?
Nah.
Well, it was a baguette and a British cigarette of all. I'm gonna keep it at that.
All right, let's continue with this boomer. Let's break it down.
And they have no work ethic. You can't get a job. You can build all the jobs you want. You can't make these young boys go to work. They're not going to do it. The schools teach.
What young boys don't want to go to work? I know young boys who don't want to. You say what?
No, I was gonna say pause because I know a whole bunch of shorties that not only want to work, but they want to be their own boss. See, this is what they fed back in their generation.
I know a lot of 12-year-old boys. I started a whole boys club off bucket boys, bro. A bunch of dudes out here banging on buckets like, man, I can't bag groceries. This is what I do. This is my hustle. Can I, in all these trying to take your buggy back. Now, the quote unquote entrepreneurism in the hood, not everybody sell weed. But it's not that you don't work, you don't eat. Like they want to work. I don't understand what he's saying. The only people who don't want to work are women. Even boys in the
No,
projects want to do something.
no, you gotta be specific. Who don't want to work? White men and black women.
All right.
Two two
They the
peas in the
same
same
people,
fucking
bro.
pot.
Same. I don't even know how people don't understand how white men and black women are the same people. I don't.
Because these niggas want to still say Keisha, she can't do no wrong, and a black man he will forever want to be a mental concuserve, bro. We try. They just want to go ahead and down that fucking hill. Niggas like Sharon
I'm
and
not gonna
all.
argue that. That's my whole point of this podcast is to say that. So I can't argue that. That the fact that you can blame white supremacy, blame black dudes who don't want to. Everybody. Hey, Brad, you know how you get around
Go
that?
ahead.
Brad say somebody got to be a boss and somebody got to be the workers. You know how you get around that? Multi-level marketing, nigga. MLMs get you around that.
That's right.
You gotta let the workers think they a boss. You gotta tell the people at Starbucks that they shareholders.
Or
That's how you get
even
around it.
better, you gotta be on some motherfucking on a Rothstein type of shit. You be the boss, you bring other bosses, and they all report to you.
Man, you got a but then the bosses are still your subordinates. That's what I'm saying. You got a Ponzi scheme that shit. You got to trick motherfuckers, B. People be bosses,
But the
but you
thing
don't. You
about
the only
Ponzi,
only person there.
see, the thing about Ponzi and a Roth, see, it's a difference between Ponzi and Rothstein. I mean, one's still a hook nose small hat, and the other one was a you know what I'm saying, dirty Sicilian bastard. But the small hat with the big hook nose, this was a fucking genius, bro. The thing is about him, what only got him clipped was because he had a gambling addiction that he could not fix. But other than that, bro, he had not only small hat big hook nose motherfuckers. He had the Guido motherfuckers. He had even Negro motherfuckers under his thumb, bro. All because he gave them the philosophy. He gave them what you be doing. He gave them a mission. He gave them a brand. He gave them an idea. He told them how to corner a market and how to dominate this shit. All they had to do is give him tribute.
And that's fair. I'm not knocking it. I support it. I'm just saying he's the boss. Everybody else could be middle management. They could be minor bosses. Like when black communities really don't manufacture much, even when they go illegal, they don't manufacture much. They don't bootleg liquor, and when they do make the moonshine, they don't sell it. They just drink it, right?
Yeah.
They don't control poppy seeds, so you got to go through the Mexicans to get it. Now you could be the boss because you paid for what you paid for, but you just buying wholesale, which still make you a boss. But then you got somebody you gotta deal with distributors. You know what I mean? You gotta find the right distributor for you, no matter what you do. There's always somebody bigger. There's a bigger fish. When people start worrying about, that's what girls do. Girls want the title,
Yep.
right? I don't want to be a secretary. Call me an administrative assistant. And men didn't mind being called janitors, but women didn't want
Not
to.
until not until who? Not until who?
And now they got to be what they call super
Custodial engineers.
custodial engineer. Nigga, you
Because
mop.
of who?
You mop, nigga.
Because of who? The boomers.
I need a clip on how much I hate boomers. I swear to God.
Bro, they look. This is crazy an irony about it. In their youth, they ridiculed people that was basically blue collar, work with unskilled labor. You know what I'm saying? Even working with the whistling, building everything by hand. By the time they hit middle age, they were still riding the coattail. They're still riding high off the hog, or so-called yesteryear. But it seemed to dwindle their motherfucking light coming at the end of the tunnel. They started noticing that they was motherfucking transactional. They was being replaceable, and they started finding out and going to the elder years that the high career they started out in their youth, they so-called early 20s, possibly mid 30s, and once they hit the glass ceiling and the company need no more, now they want to go ahead. They in a place that they ridicule the people they was trying to be better than. I love it.
They you know what? And we got Coop up here. Let me just reply to that real quick. I don't think that's it. I mean, I don't think it's when they got older. I think they knew at 30. In the 1990s, they knew. When you had to go program the remote control for your parents, they knew.
Yep.
The internet wasn't even out yet. We didn't even go tech yet. Niggas didn't know how to program the TV. They knew then. Why you have an 8-year-old more intelligent than you and you 32? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they violated natural law. As natural law, my father is not my leader. You will hope that your dad can lead you, but that's not his job. His job is to be your coach. He wants you to be a better player than he was. That's natural law. That's not boomer law. And that's not woman law. That's what women always try to bottom feed. Women want to go top and bottom. They want the bottom barrel dude and never let him rise, or they want the top shelf dude and try to bring him down.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only way you can be equal to a woman is if you're on your knees.
Ooh, or on your back.
Hey, big one. What's up, Coop?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, okay. No, I'm just listening in, man. You guys are making some good points here. I'm just listening in and, chime in where I can.
Yeah, when we got the Dirty Zone podcast together, you know what I'm saying? This is where the magic
Dirty
happens.
Zone. I kind of like that, actually. All right, let's Dirty work with everything, though, man. Dirty.
Yeah.
Teach niggerism,
Not Fight Club.
And that's
but
why the
Dirty Zone.
immigrant problem is such a major issue, is because Latinos, Mexicans have not been indoctrinated with niggerism. Niggerism is.
Let me.
What?
Go ahead, bro. I ain't gonna say shit. Go ahead.
Nigga, hold on. Where this nigga from, bro? He gotta be like in the middle of America. He gotta be like from Wyoming. One of them. You been to South Dakota? This nigga like from South Dakota.
No. Look, ask anybody who ever had to go on 26th Street between Kedzie and Western.
Bro, that's what I was thinking.
Anybody who had to go to a street with a letter, Avenue O, Avenue N.
Bro, think about it. Anytime you go anywhere on Kedzie between motherfucking 43rd all the way down to motherfucking 69th.
No, or on Ashland, 16th Street, from 18th to Roosevelt. Look,
bro.
Mexicans. This is my point. This is black YouTube right here. This is all these fucking colors. That's why I don't pop up with people panels no more. Everything bad in life is black men. Nobody else does anything wrong. There's no trailer park trash, smoking meth. There's no Mexicans moving dope, gang banging like GD, bro. If you black, you GD.
You GD Holmes?
If you black, you GD. There's none of that. Mexicans are great people that come over here, just work hard and cut your produce and hang out in front of Home Depot. White guys are the epitome of masculinity. Everything bad is black men. And who says this most than anybody? Black men and white women. Even white men who call themselves racist will find a George. You know what a George is, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll find a George.
From Sleepy Porters, right?
Yeah. They'll find a George. They'll be like, man, black guys are blah, 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 but you're cool, Dirty. Like, I'm not. Like they can still find the humanity when a man operates as a man. They be like, oh, okay.
I'll raise you. I'll go ahead and raise you. Not only they know a George, they know a Jack. They know a Jack Johnson. They all know a Jack Johnson. No matter how much.
And they met Jack Johnson in college, and they talk shit about Jack Johnson to this day at alumni parties.
Yep. But guess what? Go ahead. They ain't gonna whoop his ass.
They ain't trying to, because they don't even want the white. When I hung out with Snowman, right? Me and Angry Snowman, we go to Milwaukee for the Republican convention, right? I get kidnapped. He take me out there. And it was a lot of white girls out there that learn what seasoning is, my G. It's a lot of big hips, 1990 booties. Nice real asses, not the BBL shit, like the obesity, but you call it a fat ass. like nice
Mhm.
asses, like she played volleyball in college ass. You know what I mean?
She got that Jenna Von Oy, what's the name? Old girl from the white girl from the Parkers ass.
Yeah, you know, just got, yeah, nice. And then everywhere he was like, you like basic Becky. That's a basic. I'm like, she cute. She basic, but she be cute though. She basic. She not supermodel. She basic. All right, cool. All right, cool. So whatever
Yeah.
white girl I like, no matter how cute she is to me, he ain't gonna like her no way. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So even when you a jack, they ain't tripping. And then if you a pookie, you getting the sloppy fat bitches in Des Moines. They sure don't want the sloppy fat chicks.
They glad to get rid of them.
Man, you took it off our hand. I'm gonna buy you a beer.
Bro, that's the reason why I be debating some of these black bitches when they be trying to talk about, you know what I'm saying, they gonna get themselves a white man. I'll be like, first of all, hey, y'all won't even read the room. First of all, they ain't even looking, they ain't even checking for white women no more either. They ain't looking at your black guys. They all going for Asians. Have you not seen the surplus of so-called Asians with Caucasian fathers? They
But
they
bro,
don't read the room.
you know how bad they don't read the room? This is how bad black women don't read the room. 'Cause black girls can't read. They get degrees, can't read. Nigga. Show us what can't count. This is how bad they don't read the room. White boys been chasing Asians for 20 years. 30. Since the 90s.
Shit. 40.
Meanwhile, they blame black men for liking white women. Black men been chasing Mexicans and Puerto Ricans for 30, 40 years. Like they ain't even really fucking with the white girls. Motherfuckers been trying to get
Hey,
some
you know what?
tacos.
And I finally came down to the what's the name, to the bare root of that what's the name. I found out why. No, they know that the Asian chick is kind of like the creme de la creme right now. But the thing is, the reason why they cannot go at Ling Ling is because Ling Ling has a market on Keisha.
I was
She
about to say
has
because
her
she need to get
hair,
her feet done. That's why she don't go against
her
Ling Ling.
hair, her
Like,
feet, her nails. Yep. She get her cheap
wait,
makeup on the
pause,
low.
pause. I've
But
had a problem with this for 20 years.
what?
How lazy are black women that they can't wash themselves? You can't do your own personal hygiene.
Because they think they're goddesses. They believe that other people should wash their behind and yannis for them.
Yanni steams, pedicures, manicures, hairstylists. You can't comb your hair. I
Can I ask a
comb my
question?
hair.
Can I ask a
Hey,
question?
what's the name? Get some of this. Go ahead.
So when I hear about the what's it, the yoni steams and all that stuff, is that something that's exclusively to black women? Because that's the only group that I hear really talk about really using that sort of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Look,
No,
I
you
no,
was
got
like,
to
I
ask
don't really hear
no,
white
no, no,
women
no,
talking
no, no,
about
no,
that.
no. Let's be fair. It's not
Go ahead.
exclusively black women. It's the average black women and the highfalutin white woman. It's not the average everyday white woman. Like when you,
Mm.
I've been to those places and it's always because I used to mess with them. They were like, no happy endings. Like they had a massage parlor and I'm like, no happy ending. I'm like, I ain't coming in here then. But they do yoni stains. A bunch of Asians doing yoni stains, and all the clientele be black women, and they not even attractive black women. They be like, maybe like I
Let's be
really,
Joe.
bro, I really wanted to. I didn't know how marketable it would be, but I said this years ago. I told my cousin. I said I really want to start no so organic bathing spots. Like you come in after the club and we'll just wash you up. Like you know what I'm saying? You come in drunk, I
Nah,
wash you.
nah.
You using our products.
I don't know if you want that.
But then I started thinking
Someone
like
girl
ain't gonna
feeling
be
that
nothing but
funky.
beluga whales. So now it's like let's
Yeah.
remarket it, let's repackage it and make it for senior citizens. Because the senior citizens need
Mm.
somebody to watch them. But I don't want to watch no looking
Mm.
300-pound, 26-year-old woman.
Unfortunately, you still gonna lose because it might be just a 66-year-old 300 some
But
pound bitch
that
that
don't
that
even matter
refuses
because
that.
how much I could charge the insurance to make it worth it.
Okay.
Mm.
But you know, you gotta come in. But anyway, but yeah, this motherfucker just said there's no Mexicans doing niggerism.
He must have never went out to California.
Bro,
No, he ain't supposed to be on 47 to Ashley.
he's never left whatever church he at. Wherever he at, he's never walked. He never went to the grocery store, the corner store. He never caught the bus.
Never went to a swap meet.
Yeah.
Never went to Home Depot.
To let the government take care of you. The government owes you everything. The government owes you a house. It owes you education. It owes you income. It owes you a track phone. It owes you a pair of sneakers. I mean, and this is niggerism.
Wait, real quick. That's been bothering me. Has anybody ever got a pair of sneakers off welfare?
No.
No.
I'm still, and if they do, by chance, giving us some free Air Jordans on the number 8s or 9s, you know what I'm saying, or the number 12s, I'll be glad to receive them. Just send my email, Mr. Government.
They can send me a pair of Pro Kids, nigga, with the lights at the bottom. I've never seen it. He freestyle.
They might send us some Pro Wings.
And I bet he be the main motherfuckers giving all his money to the youngins. I bet
You know it.
A lot of girls getting paid off him.
Hey, but it ain't going far. This ain't the 70s and 80s no more. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna rob you, old man. That was the reason why they used to give us the dust back in the day, so we remember their faces before we robbed their asses.
Y'all was bad people.
And that's what all the black, the Hamite, if you will, politicians, and progressive, if you will, Japheth politicians, that's what they teach. And niggas have just been beat down to the point where they have no work ethic. Detroit is suffering from a case of niggerism. And $100 million ain't gonna go nowhere except into the hands of all the thieves and drug dealers and politicians, and it'll be right back where it started from. Niggerism in Detroit.
All the thieves.
Why you saying Detroit?
Well, there's a lot of niggas in Detroit. But
not that many. I mean, shit. What they all huddled up in one house?
It's a lot of black people. But here's the thing, though, bro. Here's the thing. Everything is related to black men. This is something I know since the 1990s. Since the 1990s, I've known in my life. I'm not saying this is a universal black thing. I'm just saying this is a personal experience, right? No matter what women in my family did, whether it was my mother, my sister, some girl I was dating, no matter what she did independently on her own, my father would have to blame a man. So it'd be like, you and your sister and her husband, you and your mama, you and your girl. What? What the fuck do I have to do with my mom is your baby mama. That's your bitch. That's your wife. That's
you met her before me.
Nigga, you knew her way before me. Y'all dated for 7 years, 6 years before y'all made me. Y'all dated 6, 7 years when I got here. You know what I mean? Y'all was together 6 years, but she said I missed my period. Now you blaming me for her actions? What the fuck is you for? You know what I'm saying? Me and my dad used to argue because I'm like, yo, check your bitch. I'm like, that's your mother. I'm like, that's your baby mama. Check your bitch.
That's your mama. That's your baby. You like
it is. We both right.
I mean, yeah.
So, like, when things go wrong, they blame men. And it is men's fault. Everything is men's fault. But if it's men's fault, it's men's fix. So if you're not going to stand up and do anything about it, you're just an old man yelling at clouds. And the thing about boomers is they was young men yelling at clouds. Their whole culture was about doing protest parades and yelling at clouds.
Yeah. Also, doing some of the best marijuana and some acid, and possibly doing some lascivious things with both men and women behind closed doors. But I digress.
The only thing boomers did right.
Oh, cocaine. The
only thing boomers did right, and I give them a lot of credit for this. The only thing boomers did right is they could play the shit out of some instruments. They were great musicians.
Oh, bro, man, the Beatles. Oh yeah.
Like all the way around the board, man. The greatest musicians ever probably were to this day we sample baby boomer music to make new hits. Like
Well,
Phenomenal.
all right. So
For
James
commercials
Brown,
too.
James Brown is
Yeah.
the most sampled dude right now in hip hop, and he a silent generation. But I do give you some kind of credit though. You is right. The rock and roll boomers and singing. What's the name? They
The P
yeah, like
Funks and
Prince.
P Funk and Prince and Mike and they made some great
Oh,
music.
shout out to Boosie Collins. Shout out to Boosie
They
Collins.
didn't.
Yesterday was his birthday.
Shout out
I
to
mean, they
Boosie.
didn't have social media,
Yeah, what's
so
the telephone
they
bill?
had to pour their attention into something else.
But even their
They didn't
music
have
was something.
distractions as much.
Their
You know what I
music was
mean?
something. They had some music.
Like the average musician today is not really a musician. Now he or she they got so many different things that you don't really have to learn how to master a instrument or something of that sort.
Oh yes,
Back
you
then,
not. And guess what? When you just said that, guess what happened to music?
what happened?
It became trash.
Exactly. Right.
You know what? I don't agree. I mean,
How?
I agree that they don't have the skills to play instruments. I agree with that.
No. See, you know the thing about music. You know why music and possibly that's why I'm kind of looking at this AI movie and video shit. And I'm like, you know what? It's gonna probably be another 50 or 60 years before the shit has to take off. So I ain't worried. Look, the thing about the arts, the thing about music, the theatrics, the pure creativity is first. What did Rakim made a song about? Derek, you from that generation? What did Rakim make a song about?
He made a lot of
I ain't no
songs.
joke. He was talking
Oh,
about
Okay.
going to Islam.
no,
Stop
no,
robbing
you
people so
gotta
you a
have
bitch.
soul. You
And yeah,
gotta
you gotta
have
have soul. Even
soul.
though that sample from James Brown, but here's the thing,
Uh,
right?
uh, again,
Rob being a great example. It's not the when we talking about like I said they play instruments. It's not the quote unquote music. It's not the instrument. It's not the soundtrack of your life that's bad now. It's the composition because No Child Left Behind. They don't know shit. Like when
Yeah.
Port Righteous Teachers came out, they was 17 years old. X Clan was the oldest nigga was like 26. He looked 40. Everybody else was teenager. Rakim came out
Mm.
18 years old. Nas dropped Illmatic 17 years old. People were talking about slants and comedic.
Nas was 20. Nas was 19, and he just made 20 with a motherfucker. No,
No, no, you're right.
don't do
Because I woke up early on my born day. I'm 20. So he was 19 when it dropped, but he
now,
was 17 when he did.
Mobb Deep was 19.
No, but he was 17 when he dropped Back to the Barbecue, or 16 when he did Barbecue with
Yeah, for Lost Professor and them. I
the
know
Large
about. Hey,
Professor.
dog, I'm a hip hop enthusiast, bro. Come on now.
So you looking at teenagers teaching comedics, teaching mathematics, teaching history. Has songs like "You Must Learn" and "Why Is That." We talking 17 to 25-year-olds dropping gems that you couldn't even learn in school. Now you had No Child Left Behind generation. Why? Because teaching their number women and women can't teach. If the answers ain't in the back of the book, they don't know shit. So
Yeah,
because if you're smarter than your teacher, if you're in fifth grade, you smarter, which is very common. That's why they had to show, are you smarter than the fifth grader? At 10 years old, most 10-year-olds are smarter than baby boomers. That was a documented show.
yeah,
Am I lying?
yeah.
No, you're right.
So at 10 years old, if you're smarter than your fifth grade teacher, you'll get a demerit. They'll punish you for being smarter than the person who only knows what's in the back of the book. So instead of having better teachers, they said we'll dumb down the students. And then you get No Child Left Behind. Right? So now you have kids who don't know shit. And that's another thing about Gen Z. And I ain't trying to be like the old man saying young kids ain't shit, but this is true shit. 20-year-old people don't know shit that didn't happen after 20 years old. Like if they was born in 2002, their history started at like 2003. Like they don't know shit. Like we had to know things that happened before us. At least our grandparents. Like we're talking now about the difference between silent generation and boomers and what happened historically. We weren't born. We weren't alive. We weren't even thought of. Our parents didn't even meet yet. But we know it. They don't know shit that
Nigga, I just had a 90-year-old father pass away last year. I know, but I got a whole Rolodex of fucking things from the
if
depression
they in
on
their
to
20s, they got 50-year-old parents between 45 and 55. They don't know shit that happened in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, they don't. So now you're taking people who don't know shit and you're asking them to make a song, choreograph some shit, make it make sense too. Make a story rap. Go ahead, try it, shorty. Tell me a story using your talent.
King Von, R.I.P.
King Vaughn was nice with it. Um, this dude
I can even get R.I.P. FB. Damn man, all the damn drip rappers.
FBG Duck.
R.I.P. FB. Yeah.
All these stories was game banging though. But yeah, but I'm saying they don't know
T
like
Grizzly.
you can't evoke an emotion except violence.
You want to talk about one of them like their mama type of thing.
I mean, they can't evoke an emotion besides violence.
Yeah.
There's no.
I still ain't heard a drill love song yet, so
I'm
you
about to say
probably right.
haven't heard a love song since the early 2000s. I heard a lot of sex songs.
Yeah.
But the concept of
Yeah.
love is gone. Because your first example of love is your parents. And women don't have the ability or capacity to love.
Not whatsoever. So hold on. For the general now going back to the boomers, for the generations to go ahead and sing and talk about love so much, they don't do shit so motherfucking lovely.
I mean, that's all R&B today, bro. Today's R&B singers is game bangers. The rappers is gay and the hitters is R&B singers.
grandchildren. Man, they Jodeci's grandchildren.
I'm finna bring this back around to what this had to do with Donald Trump. Cause we just listened to this old man, and we know boomers. They still alive. We know boomers. And this is the bad things he said about Donald Trump.
They're gonna be allowed to 2080 dirty.
Yeah, probably.
Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
Bastard.
The guy that's talking. I'm talking about the guy we're listening to.
Random clip off Instagram. If XL
I think he'll pass.
Yeah, if XL
no, he ain't pass.
Comments,
That dude died. My bad. He looked just like the dude that said about what's wrong with y'all niggas.
That
y'all
is
niggas
him.
is crazy.
That is him.
That sounds like
crazy.
Yeah,
he a pastor. I don't know his name though.
And he dead.
No, he's still making Instagrams. This was on IG. That's where I got it from.
At least you know all the members of his congregation is old people. There's no young people there.
All congregations.
The cursing pastor. Yeah, he the cursing pastor. I think he
the
dead.
cursing pastor.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with y'all?
Didn't he die?
It's crazy. Yes, him. But I don't know his name though.
Didn't he die or something?
Yeah, that's what I said. That nigga dead.
Damn, he still got an Instagram page going crazy. Fuck.
Hey, that ain't gonna milk him till he dead like Kevin Samuels.
He get that Kevin Samuel shine.
All right, man, hold on. There's a point I wanted to make about Donald, though. Hold on.
Go ahead.
President Donald Trump asked an appeals court to overturn his conviction in a New York hush money case, marking his latest attempt to erase his felon status. Trump's legal team cited the Supreme Court's ruling on presidential immunity, issued shortly after the jury convicted Trump in the hush money case. Trump also urged a federal appeals...
Wait, before we get to the other one. Hush money case. Y'all know the hush money case was the money he gave Stormy Daniels not to snitch, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was. He paid a professional prostitute for what prostitutes do.
Yeah.
Then had to pay her more money not to tell anybody that he hit a streetwalker. And somehow they gave him a felony for that.
Man, the game done changed.
My father's mad about everything that's about to be on this clip. My father called Donald Trump a cheater and a sexual assaulter. That shouldn't be present. Like, my dad is mad about this. And I said, Pop, I got 3 siblings and none of us got the same last name. And 2 of them younger than me. So tell me something, Pop. Who's a cheater? When you paid that lady and bribed my sister to not tell my mama you had a baby on the side, should you have gone to prison for that? Or should what happened happen? You lost some money and fucked up the trust in your marriage, which is what happens. Should you go to jail for that? Now I'm a disrespectful son. Y'all know that, right? Just ask a question. Anyway,
court to transfer the New York State criminal case to federal court. The change could open up the pathway for the Supreme Court to hear the case, which could be friendlier territory for the president. Trump became a felon in May 2024 when a Manhattan jury found him guilty of falsifying records connected to a hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels. The president was convicted on 34 counts of falsifying business records to conceal an alleged second crime that he had already committed.
You know when they said a sex worker, first that person I thought of was Ant, right? Anthony Edwards. Like, should Anthony Edwards go to jail? Get kicked out the NBA because he had a baby with a porn star? And Zion Williamson. Zion was paying what? He was cash apping the chick.
Jalen Green. And Brittany, what's the boy name? PJ Washington, all of them.
Yeah, and my favorite shooter. Shit. Everybody on the Golden State Warriors, all of them.
Oh, that man, you know what, man? I don't even at this point, I don't even feel sorry for Steph. You know, if he ain't learned,
I don't even want to turn to that show, but I ain't even talking about Steph. I'm talking about the first time I heard Instagram model was when we was talking about Klay Thompson. It's like, Klay Thompson was flying in Instagram models. I'm like, Instagram model? Some of the hoes he met online?
bro, you forgot it before him. It was James Harden. That's the biggest trick artist in the fucking NBA.
Nah. Jane, they was around the same between the year. He's the biggest trick, but I'm saying the first time I heard him call Instagram models like publicly, not just on social media, like girls like I'm a model because it's I'm talking about like on major network, they're like Klay Thompson with an Instagram. What?
I guess names don't have. I guess titles don't mean nothing no more.
Bro,
huh?
rebrand is crazy, bro.
Rebrand is crazy.
Because I thought, me being an older millennial, I came around from the analog going to the digital, but for my analog upbringing, I always assumed that the so-called model was signed to an agency, had an agent, a manager, booking actual photo shoots and actually for working with actual photographers, saying that's actually been skilled in a particular field, actually doing cover shoots, but for magazines. This thing that's called magazines. I don't think they're going out like the dinosaurs and Jerry curls, but there was a thing called magazines. You used to have a thing from cover to cover. A particular editorial that you want to read. It could be the ones with the actual words and some pages with the chicks here and
I'm
there.
gonna make it simpler than that. I'm making simpler than that.
Yeah.
A model is somebody who tries to sell you a good or a service. So she could be on top of a car, like, oh shit, I need that Chevy if the girl come with it.
Oh yeah.
She can be on some beer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give me some beer.
For some reason, somehow, some way, she could be eating a Whopper. Now I'm hungry.
Make you want to buy it.
Bro, they literally had a place. They had a commercials, and at said place, chicks used to wear white shirts and used to wear orange little shorts, and actually had this thing called Hooters.
And what did those Hooter people sell, sir?
Food.
Oh,
wings.
I when I heard Hooters, first thing I thought it was curly fries. I thought it was just me.
Oh yeah. Hot wings.
The hot wings are fire too. But that's my point. So when you're telling me you're online and you're showing me titties, that means you're selling me sex. Because a model sells something.
Yeah.
But there's another word for a person that sells sex, and it ain't model. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that a voyeur expert? You know what I'm saying? A person that explores exhibitions in public.
That would be, but if you're online, is online voyeurism a thing? Maybe it should be. But yeah, I'm with you. No, online, but that would be porn. But here's the thing. To get a felony for that, it's crazy. Like, who's your jury? Then they talking about the 34 counts of crimes he already committed. They talking about the Mar-a-Lago deal. Me and my dad arguing about the Mar-a-Lago deal.
What? So a man can't own a piece of property that has been abandoned for over like 30 some years?
No, a man can't fudge the numbers. I helped you fudge the numbers, sir. Like I went to my friends who were my dad wanted to get a he wanted to go. He was like, we're gonna do a father son project. We're gonna do investment properties. And I'm like, cool. I called my friend who's the appraiser. I said, yo, bro, this the number I need. He said, yo, the property ain't worth that, B. I said, but yo, this the number I need though, G. He said, look, this is what we're gonna do. Knock out that closet. No, put up a closet. Knock out the closet. Get some plywood. Call it a 3 bedroom instead of 2 bedrooms. So it'd be two tiny bedrooms that connect, right? He said, man, so basically a tenement, right? A tenement bedroom, basically. He said, I said it's a 3 bedroom. He said, in the front, man, throw some flowers by the gate, my nigga. And I say that it's upgraded landscaping. And I get you the other 15,000 you looking for. I'm like, yo, for some pots and some drywall, I get that shit for like $7. Yeah, man, just go ahead. Gave me the 15 on the appraisal, right? On the evaluation. Boom. Then turned around. Don't close yet, Pop. Look, we're gonna get 4 at one time. Cause, you can get as many properties as you can until it hits your credit report. So you get 30 days to, like, if you got the bread for it, get what you're gonna get. Right? Then your DTI gonna be crazy when that shit hit 30 days later. Like crazy, crazy. But work it out. You know what I'm saying? If you a hustler, you better hustle, right? Rent that shit out.
Yep.
Everybody does it. Everybody that invests in property does it. That's not even. I'm sharing with you,
Especially the small hat with the hook nose. They are masters at it.
bro. It's so common. I used to hold that type of information to the chest because information is leverage. But it's so common now. I just say that shit like, yo, bro, you can get 3, 4. You put 5,000 down on 4 houses. You got 20 racks. Put 5,000 down on 4 houses because you already got your. You already have your thing what the bank give you. Whatever.
Hey, you know why I can't stand them hook noses and small hats like that? I admire they genius. When they come over here, they married, but not legally. So the dude go ahead and get a whole entire house. You know what I'm saying? Get about probably, especially if you in Chicago. Let's say the nigga get a two flat. Let's say this motherfucker get two flat. He'll get both his baby moms into the two flat. Have them get Section 8 to move into that motherfucking two flat. And get all the what's the name support, and he own the motherfucker, and they y'all make these motherfuckers diabolical,
But
B.
no, they not that about. Okay, culture over color, right?
Like creativity to me.
Yeah, it's culture over color. Everybody, the fact that you know about it means you can do it. It's, but as a culture, you would have to do it. I would have to do it. Cooper had to do it. Snowman had to do it, and then we gotta be all in the same 4 block radius, and this is what we do, so girls understand this is where we at. Like nigga, every look, we all sister wives. I ain't gonna call them. We gonna call them secretaries, but it is what it is. Cause rebrand is delicious, right? And you can do it. The problem is when men break code, and then you get some simple ass boomer like that. Boomers are the ones who want to marry the streetwalker.
Bro.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta do this, baby. Like, look, I felt that way at
Everybody
18.
else will get up and go home. He want to stay and marry.
Bro, I remember being 18
I
years
think
old.
all men from every generation does that though. I don't think I just
No,
can't hold that to the
no,
bones.
no. I said I was 18. Look, at 18 years old, they let me in a bar. It was called the Crisscross Lounge. On a Friday, they had strippers after 11 o'clock, and the niggas knew me. They just let me in. They let me drink and everything, and I saw the baddest woman I've ever seen. I flawless nigga. Like after that, I went to Cali. She was Cali fine. It's Chicago cute, then it's California gorgeous. This bitch was California gorgeous. Asshole naked with her ankles behind her head doing the pretzel thing. And I was thinking in my head at 18 years old, like, damn, baby, you so bad. I don't even know why you out here stripping for niggas in a fucking lounge. And then a nigga Jamie had a couple dollars too. We all had a couple dollars, but he had more money than me. Cause he older than me. Jamie saw this bitch with her ankles locked behind her head and jumped on stage and started eating her pussy.
Oh damn.
You was talking about voyeurism, my nigga?
Hold on, man. You got warm me with.
We talking
Yeah,
the
man.
1990s before it was cool to eat
I'm
cat.
smoking on my weed, nigga. You got warm me before you say some
No, I'm
shit
saying
like that, nigga.
we talking like mid 90s, bro. Like it wasn't even cool to eat coochie. Niggas like I don't eat no pussy. Like and he
Yo,
dived
whoa,
in, nigga.
so it was that pretty. So she was that pretty, in the so-called jelly roll down there. Made him go ahead and get a mouthful of that shit.
Bro, she was so bad, and she was doing all the bachelor parties shit too. So he eating wax, cause you know how they lighting candles with the coochie and popping out fucking pool balls and shit. She doing all, I'm like, damn, she got muscle control. She spitting out pool balls. Oh, she let her. And then Jamie just dived in that shit like a grown ass nigga in a 3-foot pool, nigga. Like,
He dove in like Kendrick Lamar, huh?
And I said, fuck.
And the
and shout out to Jay. Ain't no disrespect toward him, but I'm like, but she let Jamie eat her pussy on the floor. You know, it's a lounge. You know, they got a little stage shit like you on the floor, pool balls in your pussy, letting a drug dealer eat your cat. And we ain't shit, cause we throwing singles on the white eating the pussy. We ain't shit.
You probably egging them on like go ahead.
I wasn't even egging him on because I knew James since we was in elementary school. Like he was in 8th grade, I was like in 5th or 6th grade. He was a bully. I didn't even like Jamie like that. But now that we was older, you know, he was like, all right, but I wasn't egging him on. I was,
let's get back.
But I ain't, cause I ain't want no problems. Cause I knew who his big brother was. His big brother was one of them guys. I was like, yeah. But she let Jamie eat the pussy. I don't even want the pussy, but that bitch bad.
and that will always happen. Once you know, well, bitch, I'm just like you said, Dirty. A lot of niggas probably been saying this, but I heard Dirty folks say on the stream first, say, I'm judging you by the niggas that you fuck or even let you touch you.
Got to, cause here's my thing, right? Cause Shorty bad. So what happens if I cuff Shorty and they be like, man, you know, it happened to me. I was at another strip club. I was at a checkerboard lounge. I'm in checkerboard. Me and my best friend Q. This maybe a couple years later, and it's a chick in there, and I'm doing my strip club routine. We're gonna get back to Donald Trump, but I'm doing my strip club routine. For people who don't know me, I'm like cheap as Jews, but like I really only spend $6 at the strip club, but I make it look like 600.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll come through, and I'll put. How about I do the 6? I drop 6 singles in the air, then I'll pull out a 20 or a 50 or a $5 bill, whatever, a denominational bill other than a single, and I'll put it in your G string, and then when you turn around, I'll take it back out, and then I'll recycle it and I'll put it back in. You know, I do this 6 or 7 times. You think I dropped 200 on you, Shorty? And I took my dub back after I did all that shit. I put the money back in my pocket, like.
Oh yeah, this was before they had the eyes lurking around there. So
yeah. If you ain't got no dyke with a crown roll bag of security, I'm recycling. So no, I'm only spending $6. So I'm in there and but I'm cracking. I'm cool. I'm funny, dude. I was really funny then. I wouldn't have been dark yet because I ain't know the trappings of boomers. I knew bitches. I ain't know how many men. That's how I got online. I didn't know how many men hated you for doing cool man shit. Like, really?
No, how many men hate you doing for just doing man shit? Period, without their permission.
Yeah. So I'm going through that, but I'm super funny then. 21-year-old me, I'm super funny on accident. And I'm cracking jokes, and she was like, I want to go home with you. And I'm like, all right, cool. And Q with me, he was like, yo, we gonna run. I'm like, yo. And back then, in my teens, early 20s, we was notorious for running trains on girls. We ain't give a fuck. So I'm like, Q, you my best friend. We ain't never ran a trolley, bro. We gonna do it tonight with the stripper. I got you. So, long story short, after I had to wait for her to leave because they wouldn't let her. She was ready to go, and the niggas who promoted the club stole her clothes. They was like, "You leave out here naked, or you work the shift, and then you get your clothes back." So she was like, "You gonna wait for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll wait for you." So I sat in the cut, drinking shots, waiting for her, like an hour. She get in the car with me. She's like, "I want some weed." I took her on the block. It's 3 in the morning. For some reason, bro, it's 3 a.m. in the city. You shouldn't even be able to see the stars, my nigga. Not in the city. It's 3 a.m. It was like the Aurora Borealis or some shit, nigga. It was bright as fucking 7 a.m., bro. It was bright as fuck outside. And at 3 a.m., for some reason, there's 35 niggas on the block. Why? What
In
happened?
Chicago, nigga.
Not at 3 a.m.
Yes.
They outside at 3 a.m. like it's 3 p.m. And I pull up, I'm like, what
Yes.
up? And they like, yo, G. And then my nigga said the things that made her totally uncomfortable. You know what he said, right? Yo, ain't that folks' baby mama?
Ooh.
I'm like, what? Yeah, I go. I gotta go. But even if she wasn't a stripper, once I had folks' baby mama, I can't deal with you. I can't go nowhere with you. Like,
Nope.
women don't understand that when they got huge body counts and you trying to fuck with popular dudes, and we all sleeping with the same girl at different time intervals, but like we don't know. Like me and my boy Brian, we notorious for this shit. I'm like, man, I fuck with this girl. He be like, oh, I fucked her 2 years ago, nigga. She live on my. I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm so happy you ain't got AIDS. That shit happened like 6 times. Like 6 girls I smashed, she smashed like years before me. I'm like, I'm so happy you ain't got AIDS, my nigga.
I mean, hey, you laughing, bro? This is what we gotta deal with. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, bro. If you on the south side of Chicago, anything past motherfucking Roosevelt, the souls is taken. All these souls is corrupted. They polluted. They all our girls. Even some of y'all wives and shit like that. That's another reason why I would never get married. I can't trust a bitch, and guess what? I like fucking. So yeah, it's like that.
I want to say he the one
I
that's something
remember
about
that.
biting the butthole.
I remember a few. I remember a couple of years, some years back. I met my first because I never met girls from Chicago before until I went to this event, and basically, I met them, and long story short, after the event, me and another one of the guys, we was chilling at the event and everything like that. So the girls we met, they were all from Chicago, like 3 of them, and we went back to basically their room, the girls' room. And so I just noticed like they were the girls from Chicago were very outspoken. They were very
Nervous.
like you could tell they had like a street smart. You know what I mean? And
But they're not.
basically,
They're not.
well, I don't know, but nonetheless, you could tell like, and I remember one of them. She was bad. I wouldn't say her name. I'm still cool with them somewhat, but nonetheless, it's just like, it was her and her sister was like, she got kids by different dudes that's affiliated with whatever y'all got going on out there. But nonetheless, I remember it like it was yesterday. I went in the room with one of the girls, this other, one of the girls, and the other two, were out in the living room with my guy. You know what I mean? And so me and old girl went in the room, did our thing real quick, in the other room because it was like a suite they had, so it was kind of separate room, living room type situation. Went in, did our thing, whatever. We come back out. The dude I just left in the living room, like he in there giving foot rubs. I'm like, what the hell?
Give a fuck.
I'm like, you ain't in here trying you giving foot rubs to Chicago chicks? I'm like, what the hell?
Cousin? No, y'all heard
like,
bro, totally different
like,
story.
yo.
Totally different story about running the train. So my little cousin crying, right? He crying, oh, my girl mad at me. She talking about leaving me. He crying. I don't do domestics. I don't give a fuck about your girl. Plus, I had never met her. I know when he met her, because it was one of the greatest days ever. It was like the Ice Cube song, Today Was a Good Day. Like the whole day was love, like no stress day. I was like, oh my God, like later on that day, I'm like, oh my God, this is a beautiful day. Like I'm about to call a girl I ain't never talked to and see if I called the girl I ain't never talked to. And she was
Hey, did you walk outside? And did you walk out saying it's gonna be the bee's knees and everything?
Bro, no, it just
G-
turned out to be like that. It was kind of chilly
Yeah.
outside. I had a mink on. We end up in a paintball drive by, and two cars on each side of us shooting at each other. And I'm at no paintball hit me. I'm like, damn, I got a shield over me. Today is a beautiful day. Hit a girl up off Facebook, the inbox, like DM her number, and I never called. She was like, "I'll slide through and come get some coochie. My kid's gone." I'm like, I bet. Look, cuz get on the phone. He on the chat line on the 900 numbers. Find him a girl who he go out there, pop her, right? Good day, right? So I remember when he met her. And then he decided to like her, right? I don't know why you would like a chat guy. Whatever, right? So they've been together a couple of months, but I had never seen her. And now he crying. She wanna leave me, blah, 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 blah. I take him to see my boy LJ. I say, man, look, cuz crying and shit. I'm gonna take y'all to get something to eat. LJ, no, I'm cheap. He's like, you paying? I'm like, yeah, I'm paying. He was like, I'm going in. I took him to McDonald's. Ain't like a big budget thing, right? So we go to McDonald's. He crying and shit. He crying so hard that I leave McDonald's and go sit in my car and leave him in there with my friend. My friend don't even know little cuz like that. He just crying. He just need to show the crown, right? By the time they come to the car, some girl comes from nowhere. Little petite. We out west too. We like on 16th and Kedzie. We out west. Girl came from nowhere. Little bald head girl. You know what I'm saying? Like she probably been decent with some soap and water, but she didn't have no soap or water that day. So she was looking west side-ish. You know what I mean?
Oh damn.
She
Was
walked
she
in.
looking very Madison Pulaski-ish?
Yeah. But she was
Damn.
young though. Like if she
Damn,
was
that's even worse.
if she was
Damn.
30, I'd have thought she was on blows, but she was like 19. But she came from a hard life, like her mama didn't love her. You know what I mean? And she came to the passenger side of the car where my boy was sitting. He was like, she told my boy, like, oh, you cute. Let me ride with you. Like, y'all wanna have sex? I'm like, ain't nobody tricking shorty. Nah, I don't want no money. I'm just bored. I sleep with you because I'm bored. I was about to pull off. I look at my boy look at me. Then we look in the back seat, my little cousin in the back seat rubbing his hands like Birdman. My boy look at me again. He say, let's run a train for little buddy. I said, fuck it. So, cause we've been doing this shit since we was 17. Like, I'm past my train era at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we go to my nigga crib. He had just bought a old Chevy Chevelle, but it wasn't running. But he worked on cars, so it was like his pet project, right? So he's showing me the Chevelle. He's showing me the rims. He gonna put on some 24-inch something nice. We leave cuz in the living room with Shorty while he's showing me the car and the rims and shit, right? We go back in the living room to my boy Point. This even worse than foot rubs. Lil' cuz was slap boxing with the bitch.
What?
What the fuck is you doing?
You supposed to be fucking. The hell?
Man, slap boxing with the bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, that was the weirdest thing. And then now that I kind of hear you talk about like Chicago chicks are kind of rough around the edges. I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, if I had known you before that incident, I would have probably been like, nah, I'm not going over to these girls' room.
You still do it.
You might get lined up. That's what I'm saying. You might get robbed or whatever.
No.
You out of state too? They out of state.
Chicago girls don't line you up out of state.
No.
They go out of state to get pregnant by you and then put on another nigga when they get to the crib. They don't line up out of towners. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
Getting ran through by strangers is how women in general, black women in general, that's how they vacation. That's how Stella got her groove back. They gotta smash out of towner. That's their thing. I would still tell you to do it. But I'm just telling you, they don't know the street. They talk street because they think they niggas, but they have no situational awareness, no survival skills, like none. They just outside hoping.
Yeah, the ones from the golden era of street hood, the everything after 95, everything went downhill. You know what I'm saying? The real street chicks that was in these streets, you know what I'm saying? They been gone. All we got is bops, lollipops, scandalous dots, gimme gots, and Nick Knots. That's it.
I don't even know what Nick Knock is. It sounds like a candy though. I want some, bro.
You know what a neck knock is, man. So a neck knock is, we call them a tata, you know what I'm saying, a begging ass chick. She was one a little neck, you know what I'm saying, a little knock, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. You know what? I listened to this shit earlier, right? This is the second case. This is what my dad said Donald Trump was a predator, right? I got questions. Y'all. Go past that.
What do you think of the first charge here that Donald Trump raped E. Jean Carroll, the allegation that Carroll made, the jury finding that he did not? They're saying no to rape, but yes to sexual assault. Where do you think the disconnect is there, Lisa?
I think the disconnect is that E. Jean Carroll, and Katie, I'm going to ask for your pardon here because I'm about to get graphic. E. Jean Carroll said that she couldn't really see whether Donald Trump was penetrating her with his genitalia. She knew that he had first inserted his fingers into her vagina. She felt him do that. And then she thought that she was penetrated by his penis, but she couldn't say for sure, in part because she couldn't see it. And
Okay, wait. There's more. Okay. So you know he was finger popping. You ain't do nothing. All right, cool. I don't care if Donald Trump got a itty bitty weenie, right? Like you don't know his finger from his weenie, right? I don't know if he put it in or not. It felt like a finger. Oh, okay, cool. Here's my thing. Have you guys? First of all, even if it's dark, I'm assuming she from the back. I'm assuming, even though most finger popping happen from the front, but let's say it happened from the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
At what point don't you feel hips banging against hips? Like I grinded with girls when we was little. We used to grind and do the motions with our clothes on. So you telling me he put it in this stare? He just on hard, just there. Like the story didn't make sense. So my dad, like, he's a sexual assaulter. I'm like, shut up. I'm not. The story don't make sense. And it's one of them old cases too, from like 20 years ago cases. You don't know if he put it in. If I was with a girl and she didn't know I put it in, bro, I'd just pack it up, B. But
that's it.
But it gets crazier though.
so that uncertainty may have been part of what motivated the jury's verdict on the rape count. That notwithstanding, she was so unambiguous about the sexual abuse, and that plus the corroborating evidence that Ron pointed to, not only the fact that she called Lisa Birnbach from the sidewalk outside Bergdorf's, talked to Carol Martin 2 days later, but the testimony of Jessica Leeds and Natasha Stoynoff, whose own experiences with Donald Trump not only echoed E. Jean Carroll's, but were basically a come to life version of the Donald Trump playbook as enunciated in the Access Hollywood tape. I think that that's partially what helped get this jury over the line on the sexual abuse count.
All right, so she had to call her homegirl.
The real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem. That's the problem in all ghettos. That's the problem.
So she went, called her girls, like I think something happened. Her girl said, yo, he did me too. But he don't have hella cases. You don't know what to snitch. That I said this all the time. All the time. Nobody believes me. Women don't control access to sex. That's just niggas that listen to Kevin Samuels never got no pussy. Right? Women only control the access to regret. Women will have sex with anybody depending on the circumstance. They only. She regretted that she called her 3 homegirls and her 3 homegirls smashed into her and now she feel cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Cause the 3 homegirls ain't say shit. They ain't found no class action suit or nothing like that. So my thing is, once again, the brand, right? I could even go P. Diddy with it. Like, you let P. Diddy beat girls and snatch them up and you know what I'm saying? Make them lay there while they get trained.
Yeah, prompt some stardom on the trains and everything. Yeah.
Right. But that's nothing. You get popped because put some niggas on Southwest for the Mann Act. Some male prostitutes at that. Not even the women. You ain't even get popped for the women. You flew some dudes out. That's the case.
Yeah.
And then everybody,
That's
he's
the
a
case.
sex trafficker, nigga. So if I pick up a girl and we go anywhere outside of 50-mile radius, I'm a trafficker now because we went to Wisconsin
Yep.
Dells.
So in a nutshell, I don't know if America finally found out they put themselves in a fucking doozy. So y'all gonna criminalize dating in a minute. I mean, what's the point? What's the difference between me walking up to a hook and walking to a cold approaching a bitch on the street?
But they have criminalized it. The problem is dudes who weren't dudes who didn't have access are seeing that it's being criminalized. Dudes who already had access already knew it was being criminalized. Like when I talk to, yeah, just on a humbug, like we talking to guys and we chopping it up. I watch how um they won't let certain women approach them if they have too much status. So like if I'm at Bobby Sims, right, used to play for the Milwaukee Bucks, right?
I'm
Bobby
listening to the background. I'll be right back.
Bobby Sims hosts day parties now. Now that he at the NBA, he hosts day parties. And all his friends play basketball because they all his college boys, right? So they all play overseas or something like that, or maybe they in the league, but they on the bench. Like ain't no stars there. I didn't see any like superstars, but it was a bunch of dudes at 6'6". You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And girls approaching them, and they like, nah, ma, I'm straight. I'm just here for the hookah, because they understand the problems that come with it. And we just laughing about it together. And girls are getting mad. Like girls got mad at me because I had more access to the athletes than they did, and all I'm doing is cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? Making trying to enjoy myself.
Mm.
And they like, he rather be around some niggas cracking jokes in the cut, smoking weed, cause it's a hookah party. But they in the corner smoking weed. Like you in the corner smoking, and I'm in the corner smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to mess up the hookah vibe because they grape flavor smoke or whatever hookahs, whatever. So we in the cut, and they mad. Why they group of niggas? All these girls in here, they want to be huddled up, a bunch of niggas. That's what's wrong with niggas. They don't even know no good women. We know. That's why ain't nobody said shit to you.
So, kind of a side point. What are your thoughts about this whole? Because I don't think I'm seeing you do like a either a panel discussion or anything about this whole shutting down the government, SNAP benefits, all this stuff getting shut down. Um, like, what are your thoughts about how that's affecting what we're about to see? Because like I have a friend of mine, she works for the government and basically she's out of work right now. Well, she's still having to go to work, but she's not getting paid. And for me, I was thinking
That sounds
like,
like
damn,
slavery. If I can't go to work,
right. She was a little pissed this morning, but hey, it is what it is. You work for the government, it is what it is.
that sounds like
But
slavery.
and then on top of that, it's about to be like a holiday as far as Thanksgiving coming up around the corner. So you got people like who aren't getting paid but still having to go to work that work for TSA and things like that. So they could give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say they still got a job to do, but at the same time, when you ain't getting paid, your level of caredness is it's you could care less to some degree. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
makes me a little bit concerned.
I don't think government
Traveling.
workers care anyway. I've seen TSA. They care more about my fingernail clippers than they do about bombers. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
all right, okay, I'll say this because I haven't really done research on it. Like I haven't done a show about it, and I haven't really been on YouTube or anything. Haven't I've been like incognito like all year. But I will say this:
Yeah, you got to take a break from this stuff sometimes.
I mean, it wasn't even just the content. It was personal things. I was trying to adjust to certain things going on with my parents, but um, and my health. But the the government will always raise the the debt ceiling in order to pay their bills. So
I'm back now.
so
Can I interject? Are we talking about the same group of people that work for the government, right? That shame people that didn't get a college education and work for the government because y'all won't be so-called unskilled, uncouth, uneducated individuals, right? Y'all won't be the so-called slaves in the field, right? It's the same people that in particular group like the black women of the 500,000 other people that's lost their jobs that work for the government, lived off the government, now working for the government for free because they didn't want to work as slaves for the black man.
but you know what though, bro? I mean, even with that, everybody I know personally that works for the government is a drug addict or alcoholic. So I don't pay that shit no attention. TSA workers smoking weed, the mailman
Yeah,
smoke crack. All the
yeah,
chicks that work in the government, they all winos. They never call themselves winos though. You need barefoot wine every day. I love Moscato. Bitch, you a wino. But nobody call them a wino. The
A
rebrand is
drunk,
real.
but wino drunk, yeah.
they got sipping paints,
You know what I'm saying? So
painting tips.
yeah, paint tips, crayons, and grape juice. Fucking
Yeah,
childish. But the as far as the government goes, the government will pay that shit back. I don't know how the EBT thing gonna work. They might get double payment in December. You know what I'm saying? They might have a hell of a Christmas. Like normally they try to clean the books. They'll raise the debt ceiling to clean the books, but I don't know. I haven't done the research on it. But I know the government shutdown is affecting overseas more than it's affecting us here. Like
Mm-hmm.
how so?
because most of the world's currency is based on the US dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So you fucking up the South Korean won or yen or whatever it's called, one of you fucking up over here, people just gonna be hungry for a month. And I don't agree with that. Like I think people should eat, but I'm just saying,
I don't. You see how fat these people is?
bro, you know why they
Yeah,
fat?
some people can take a break.
You know why they fat, bro? I'm gonna tell you why they fat, son. I'm gonna tell you why they fat, son. Cause they eat like
Like
boomers.
snacks.
They eat like boomers, bro. I and I'm shitting on boomers a lot, but fuck them boomers. I saw a video earlier today on accident. Let's see if I can pull that shit back up. I saw a video today on accident. It was a Gen Z, or it might have been a millennial. I think he was a millennial, and they made a skit about boomers. And when I tell you that in
So
the
so it's
skit,
trash. So it's trash.
now it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well,
And,
that ain't
and
funny.
I ain't even bringing that up. They got a website, the 7 things ladies need to do when the 7 things ladies expect when they date a thug. Like there's a whole like all black women novels is about some bitch with a job fucking a drug dealer. Like black women really have a inability to grow up past 16 years old. Like everybody want a thug. Every young girl wants Arthur Fonzarelli, but then you grow out of it. Black girls don't grow out of it. It's kind of weird.
Nope. That's why 50 Cent made a killing with power. He had took the best of both worlds and he knew what he was doing. That's why he outdid Tyler Perry.
But nah, but the whole skit, the thing I found funny about it is he came. It started off with the guy coming to the family gathering full of boomers, and he brought some hummus. I'm not a fan of hummus, but that ain't the point. And they was like, we made cheese dip, and they poured out Velveeta, and he's like, Velveeta ain't even real cheese. And bro, when I tell you I thought about my childhood, B, when I when I tell you, bro, that my parents drank Kool-Aid to the point that I was like, y'all just want some water. And it was like, ain't no water here, nothing but Kool-Aid. And I was like, I'm gonna buy my own pitcher of water. And then I'll go to school, come home, and now it's grape Kool-Aid. I'm like, I'm gonna buy me another pitcher. Now it's cherry Kool-Aid, grape Kool-Aid, and lime Kool-Aid. I'm like, the fuck? I didn't like macaroni until I was 15 years old. I never even ate macaroni. Never tasted real macaroni until I was 15 years old. I thought macaroni really came in a box with powdered cheese. I was like, I don't like that shit. I had to go to my friend's house for Thanksgiving because it was like, man, my mama can come out the oven. I said, the oven? He said, yeah, the oven, nigga. I said, it don't come in a pot? He said, no, nigga, that's some bullshit.
I felt sorry for you, Dirty. My
Bro,
mom grew up in the
I
South,
ate
and
one
she made
bite. Rest in peace to Miss Linda. I ate one bite of her macaroni, and the first thing came to my mind was, my mama don't love me. That was the first thing I thought, and it stuck with me for 30 years, bro. I'm like, my mama don't love me. Cause
my
food
mama
is
loved.
love.
Hey, Dirty. You know why my mama loved me? My mom worked the night shift at Zenith. Still came home, made breakfast for the family, took a quick little 6 hour sleep. You know what I'm saying? Still made dinner, took a little nap before work, and went back to work.
But bro, I ain't no. My mama ain't love me. I ain't gonna act like she love me. Nigga.
And I ain't talking about no basic little prep like the food is
Nah,
already
I
made.
got you. Food is love, bro. When we talking about they could really stand out to eat, they really can. I've been behind them in the grocery store. Everything a
Hey,
microwave dinner.
Dirty. My father loved me. The same thing, you know. Even when he retired and he just became just a gambler, just to make ends meet, still did it. My parents love me. I love my parents.
Man,
I, s- I s-
I think my dad loved hoes, and I figured that out when I got older.
oh, my dad did too. My dad did too, and the hoes love my dad. But for some reason, town skipped a generation with me.
Nah, you know what though? No, that's why I said right, because my dad can't cook any meal except breakfast. My dad makes the best breakfast ever. I remember being a teenager. He said, "Man, breakfast." He said, "If you got the right girl, breakfast the only meal you need to know how to make." And I thought about it like, yeah, because she spend the night. I make breakfast. That'd be the icing on the cake to lock it down. Then she make dinner. Like, yeah, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Then I watched Casino and Joe Pesci was Sundays he was making breakfast for his kids. That's what men do. Men make breakfast. I was cool with that. Like, all right, breakfast love. Wake up in the morning to love. My dad can't make no macaroni though. But it is what it is. Nah, man. But as far as the government workers go, bro, I think all that money gonna come back. I don't think it's gonna come back to the EBT, but I think everybody who going to work for free, I don't think it's for free. I think they're just, getting credits. They got in-store credit type shit. It'll come back to them.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's going to come back. I guess this is more so about like, say for example, like around the holidays, you got people who are out of work, right? Government shutdown for right now. No EBT, so they don't have, some people don't have SNAP benefits and other government programs. Um, the amount of just people who will probably be traveling, flights and all that stuff, it's probably going to diminish this year because of this whole thing here. And the actual people who are government employees, it's like the level of caredness is going to be a lot less. And that concerns me. You know what I mean? Because of the fact that money is a motivator. And if you can't feed yourself, you're having to get payday loans or whatever in order to pay your bills because your job's not paying you right now. It's a chain effect.
I
You're a level
guarantee you.
you just pretty much going through the motions at work.
I guarantee you, bro. Within the next 30 days. Like, it's gonna be a hard November. I'm with you. I promise you I'm with you.
And I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna have to go ahead and give me some more shells and everything, and got go ahead and give me some
I
WD
mean, it
40.
will it will drop the cost of coochie to like a bottle of water and some ramen noodles,
No,
but
look, we are in the city of the backdoor Jezebel. You know what I'm saying? I would
I
tread
mean,
lightly.
it'll work itself out. I don't think it's gonna be mass famine, but I'm saying they're gonna have a. I bet you they have a voucher program. I bet it by in 30 days we're gonna start
Bro,
seeing ads on all your social media sites and all your video games. Like, yo, was you starving on SNAP benefits all November? Put this waiver out, and we gonna pay your rent and triple up your food and everything else for December. I think they're gonna make it work out.
Look, man. Ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody coming to save these hoes, man. The day has come. I mean, I'm not gloating about it. I'm not one of these so-called real incels on the internet think they're gonna get some like $10 cooch and all. No, see, I already
Coach,
sent
only
the
$6, not 2 tacos. I don't know why y'all pay more than 2 tacos. Y'all fucking up the game. Look, it's not even about the okay, and it's not even about once again the branding. The brand is black people are poor, which they not. Generally speaking, black people make less than a lot of Americans, but they're not poor. They make more than others, and we sure make more than motherfuckers in South Korea. South Korea. For those who ain't never watched a manual, start watching South Korean movies. South Korean men stories closer in line to Black America than your black women. A South Korean man, you got more in common with a South Korean man than you do with a black woman. I guarantee. Anyway, I don't think the poverty thing. There's a Mississippi is poor as shit, bro. Everybody in Mississippi.
I know. I've been to Mississippi. I've been to Mississippi several times. You know what I'm saying? I got a sister down there.
But it's a lot of white people in Mississippi. A lot. People like, oh, everybody. I don't understand you from
And
Chicago.
Alabama
So,
too. Alabama too.
Yeah, a lot of white. Tennessee, lots of white people. There's
Poor
black
shit.
spots.
Oh, bro, you missed the biggest area, bro. You talking about Alabama and Mississippi, bro? The Appalachians. Come on now.
I mean, look, I won't even. Come on, man. They all sister fuckers though, bro. Like West Virginia and yeah.
Hell, the people in Wyoming and North Dakota, South Dakota, and all the rest of them.
Nah. They gonna be straight.
Montana.
Nah, they straight though. They on a different budget, bro. They on a different time.
Man, some of them ain't even straight no more. I heard out there, man. Come on.
Nah, they as straight as they was. It's not really affecting them. They on a tribal budget. They not on a American budget, and that's why they not straight because the tribal budget is limited. But like these things don't affect them because they on a tribal budget, and they can't go into debt because I ain't gonna get too much into it until we drop the new church. But like when you decide to go tribal instead of being a subcategory, that's what black is. Black is a subgenre, a subcategory of American. You American, but you little bruh. You're not. You're a citizen, but you're not fully American. You're an American citizen.
I just found some bullshit. I got a private review, man. I hope no boomer, no feminist, or any one of these bitches don't find this damn video on the internet.
Oh, they won't. All the good videos only got 300 views, bro.
This motherfucker got 1,000,000 views.
I wish they might find it. Like all the greatest videos I've seen, the videos that change your life, it'd be like 1,000 views, and that video be like 13 years old. I'm like, nobody up on this.
And this motherfucker 14 years old is called Act Your Age, made in 1949.
That's way. Anyway, look. What I'm saying is, when you're on the tribal budget, you can't go in debt. That's why they make everything free because you don't have to pay back anyway. You don't have to pay back credit card debt. You go to all the state colleges for free. Like you can't go to Ivy League free, but if it say anything state, you in that bitch free. Like they on a different type of budget, bro. So like they gonna be all right. They gonna be whatever they was last month. They gonna be this month. When you start talking about Wyoming and North Dakota and all that, they got the same problems. They gonna have ain't shit. That's why you go out there, bro, and they got what do you call them, bro? At the casino, slot machines. They got slot machines in the fucking restaurant, bro. You eating waffles, playing slots. I'm like, how the fuck this? Like, that's how I found out when I was in South Dakota. It's like, oh man, all this Indian reservation, the whole Northwest, all the way till you get to Washington State, man. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we don't.
They had to go somewhere.
Yeah. Colorado like that, except Denver not. Where you find black people, you'll find dysfunction. Black women don't know about, you'll be all right. And don't tell nobody you there. Just lie and tell them you live in Atlanta. No matter where you go, like I live in New Mexico like a motherfucker. We in Albuquerque turning up like we Atlanta. And the bitches at Hartsfield Airport mad like I'm at the airport. Surprise, you come pick me up.
I don't live there.
I'll move to Vegas. Fuck that shit. I still tell my yo, I'm in Jacksonville, girl. I'm in Jacksonville.
Vegas is alright. Vegas ain't hot as it was in the 90s, 2000s, but Vegas alright. Vegas got some beautiful cribs. But not really. But kinda. Like what I thought was cool about Vegas, they got the same type of neighborhoods any other city I have. But instead of having grass, they got like cactus in their front yard and tumbleweed instead of grass and bushes. I thought that was kind of slick. But I'd probably get tired of it if I lived there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just wouldn't tell nobody where I stay. Like, why?
You can't.
You can't. You can't. You can't even tell your boys because they're going to tell a girl, like, it's sweet down there, man. 30 folks went down there, man. Man. He joined the Ku Klux Klan and everything, man. They be helping him out and shit. They be trying to bring some girls from Chicago, and then I have to earth everybody.
Oh, it's over with. Yeah, it's over with.
Because I'm leaving in the holes, bro. I'm an American. I'm not black. I'm an American.
Any chick from the Midwest, bro, and it would be Chicago, GI, in Naptown, Detroit, Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying?
Cleveland, Cleveland, Cincinnati,
bro.
Even Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got some gutter chicks too. They cute though. But
they is.
Yeah, bro.
Pittsburgh. They ain't like them dirty Philly bitches, huh?
Nah, Philly dirty. Pittsburgh, bro. Once again, I met a Pittsburgh girl in Chicago. I met at the Bud Billiken parade. They had a concert. You know, at the end of the parade, they have a concert. I think IMX was there. Either IMX or Tank, or maybe both of them. But I met her there. I was like, "Shorty," she's like, "I ain't from here. I'm from Pittsburgh. You want some coochie?" Yes, I would like some coochie. Cause when they out of town, that's what they do. That's what I'm telling him. Like, just cause the girls from Chicago, if they out of town, man, I go. In Pittsburgh, I might have got robbed. I don't know. But in Chicago, I was safe.
They were baddies too.
Yeah, shorty from Pittsburgh was cute too. And my girl got mad. I know you talking to a bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? I see I had a house. I had a cell phone, but I had a house phone too. I saw the phone bill. Fuck you paying my phone bill for? Bitch, you don't even live here. Nigga, I pay my bill.
Bro.
You was on the phone for 92 minutes. You don't even talk to niggas that long. You talk to your boys, you 4 minutes, like I'm on my way over there. And you talk 90 to Pittsburgh. You got a bitch in Pittsburgh. Shotty, shut the fuck up.
Damn, you must have been reading my playbook. That was the same thing that happened to me. Like, damn.
Bro, everybody got
that's the same exact thing that happened to me. I got accused of doing some shit. I was like, no, that ain't what it is.
Bro, look, it was what it was, but I ain't tell her that. I don't know what the song about. I ain't never been to Pittsburgh, shawty. What you talking about?
I don't know what you talking about. She don't even live here.
I ain't even shorty. Hey, a telemarketer called, and I thought I hung the phone up, and it was crooked. This motherfucker's on for 92 minutes. Nah, nigga, I don't know what the song about. I don't care, bro. Look, here's my thing. Damn, that was the whole point of me doing this show. I don't even know how many people still watching, but this is what I wanted to say. This is the whole thing I want to do. I might clip this and make its own little show. The problem with black culture, the real problem with black culture, is it is a culture of regret. You do a bunch of dumb things that you know you shouldn't be doing, and you spend the rest of your life not taking accountability for what you did, but regretting what you did, and trying to either gaslight and make it seem like everybody did it, or you know what I'm saying, or be on a self-destructive tour. Like if you're a young, and this male and female, right? If you're a young man who went to jail young and you want to change your life, you could just change your life, but no, that ain't what you're gonna do. You want to go out here and mentor young boys on the don't do deleterious thing. Nigga, you a criminal. How you gonna tell me not to do crime, nigga? A crackhead can tell me don't do crack. A criminal can't tell me don't do crime. Because if you were a successful criminal, nigga, you wouldn't have got caught. A felon can't tell me shit about crime. You tell me a lot of shit. How to fix a car, how to get a girl, how to make jailhouse dip. You could teach me a lot of shit, but you can't tell me about not doing crime. Not you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to make amends for shit they do without confessing what they did and then accuse everybody else for not being able to evolve. Right? I got a cousin like that. I got a cousin that fucked every drug dealer, every car cracker, every auto thief that's black. Went to college full of black dudes, aspired to be somebody, didn't want none of them. Came home to marry an unemployed white boy. And I like a husband. He cool. But I'm like, you could have found an unemployed black boy at the grade. He was in college. He was gonna be somebody. But you just left college full of unemployed black dudes who's gonna be somebody. And now you turn around talking about, cause all y'all niggas do crime. No, every nigga you fuck with do crime.
Yeah.
So because that's what they attracted to. That's what white girls attracted to, low key. White girls like the thug energy of black males. Like there's a certain to quote Andre 3000, like they think that if you black, all you know how to do is how to rap. And there's a truth to that because that's the stereotype. And then you listen to people who are supposed to be your backers, right? Your father is supposed to be your cheerleader. That's my boy. You see my boy? That's my boy. But instead they say, yo, fuck that boy. He's doing something I can't do, something wrong with him. He know how to use a remote control. I can't program a remote control. Now that motherfucker, look at this. He think he's smarter than me. Like there's a feminine competitiveness with boomer men that control the narrative of black.
Yeah, that's very true.
And then women hate you. They sleep with you. They say you ain't got no money, but they always asking for money. Somebody lying. They run around talking about all men in jail. Who you sending shit to? Niggas that ain't in jail. You talking to men like, oh, you young boys in jail. You talking to them. And you can't tell them like, there's always been more black males in secondary education than in jail.
Because they won't believe it. They need that so-called old 1980s Oprah, Geraldo, Donahue tagline.
That 1990s, 1/3 of black men are in jail, parole, or probation. You know why they were? Because of the crime bill.
And one particular that's why I go by Mr. Sir. That's why I go by Mr. There's always that one particular guy, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was around only like 100 some years ago, but every black man for some reason is Mr.
And Mister was a good guy. I like Mister. What
Me
did
too.
Mister
That's
really?
why I go by Mr.
What did Mister really do except get punked out the whole movie? They made Mister marry Oprah. Daddy made Mister beat up Celie. Then Daddy made Mister beat up Celie, but she probably deserved it. No, made Mister beat up Oprah. Then I had that shit always confused. The dude made not Daddy. Celie Daddy made
The son, Harpo.
Yeah,
the grandboy
made him marry.
See, we didn't get the what's the name second plot line. See, old Mister, not only was he disappointed in young Mister, he was even more disappointed in young Mister.
Yeah, the old man Mister. Nah, he was gangster. Oh, that one, the one that played the Sarge in that movie.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Now he was the gangster. He was the gangster.
He looked at that tape. He looked around. He was like, "And this what I have built. This what came from my what's his name."
But that his disappointment was that was his child was silent generation. It's not when he's silent generation. That was like 1910s.
Yeah. So this is what I go ahead and use the basis of my thesis. See, look, the children after the Civil War is the first generation of Black Americans. See, I salute to the ancestors. I love them, but they don't count.
Not gonna argue that. Not gonna argue at all. As a matter of fact, got a whole plan about that. But I'm not gonna argue that. What I am saying is the disappointment in Daddy Mister was his son was a cuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
the
I mean, look at the patterns. I mean, all right. So let's say, all right. So Mister is from the missionary generation. So that's like the original boomers. The missionary generation was the original boomers. It all lines up. He had to go marry an ugly ass young chick. You know what I'm saying? He always chased a fucking whore. Even dapping up with the nigga that ended up marrying the chick and they kicking
that
it.
is
Ain't that
boomer
some shit?
activity. Not only is that boomer activity, that's stepdad activity. I know a
And
lot
guess
of
what?
dudes.
And
What?
guess what? The young Harpo was the lost generation. You know the lost generation. You heard about them, the Al Capones of the world. But even
Right,
though
right.
the thing is, though, they was the latchkey kid. They was the original Gen X.
I give you that. And then they kids, which you'll have to flip movies. You'll have to flip to the what was that movie with the cockeyed dude, the waiter, the servant, damn,
The Butler,
the butler.
The Butler.
Forrest
Then
Whitaker, the Butler.
then you see dad was really on his business but got disrespected, and then his son was a boomer who disrespected his father and his son.
Yep. So the Butler, he will be the greatest generation. That'd be the
The-
World War II.
that
Yep.
would be the
Yep.
World War II generation. And then he
Everything
had a
lines up.
son who wanted to be a freedom rider. So that's the boomer generation. But he
Yep.
was young boomer though.
Yep.
And
No, he couldn't be young boom. He gotta be like older boom. Old boom was like you know
nah,
what I'm
when
saying.
they was doing the freedom rides, he was like 17, 18. He was doing
And that's
freedom
the
rides
early
with,
'60s.
yeah, he was doing freedom rides with like roughing them, but roughing them was silent generation. But my point is that there's a disdain in black culture, and it's just so many boomers. That's what they call the baby boomers. This is so many of them. There's a disdain in black culture for men, and a lot of that disdain comes from I want to be the only good man, right?
Yep.
I want to be the man. I want to be Richard Gere in Pretty Woman. I want to marry a hooker 3 days after I meet her.
All right, so I give you that, but that's always been a thing. But the thing was though, so all right,
No,
so
that's always been the thing individually. Individually, there's always be a simp. There's never been a simp culture that
I
dictates the
gotta get that to the
narrative.
silent generation, bro. They was the doo-wop motherfuckers, bro.
They was doo-wopping, but you know what else they was doing? Okay, okay. Let's use entertainment as a Geiger. I think it's a bad Geiger, but
Motown, bro. The
that was
Smokey
later. That was later. No,
Robinson,
no, no.
Smoke.
Let's go back to the doo-wop. Okay, look.
Yeah,
When they were doing the doo-wop, when guys were doing the barbershop quartet about how much, like five dudes had to sing to one guy girlfriend about how much the buddy love his girl, right? When men were doo-wopping, you had Ma Bell. You had girls from if you eat my cat, I'll suck you off. Like women have there's been a little
that
Kim of
that, that
age
was
in the
Ma Rainey, and she's a lost generation, along with Josephine.
Josephine Baker.
Yep, Josephine Baker. Yep, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
So
but listen to the
no, no,
men
no, not
sing.
Josephine. Bessie Smith. That's what I was trying to say.
Bessie,
It
yeah,
was Bessie
Bessie.
Smith and Ma Rainey, bro.
But look at what women were singing about. That I'm a sexual
That's Bessie
commodity,
Smith, bro.
and
That's
these
Bessie
niggas
Smith.
ain't shit. Give me some money.
That, that's Bessie Smith, Ma Rainey, right there. Bam.
That's no different than Little Kim of our generation. That's
Yep.
no different than Nicki Minaj and Cardi B of the next generation. That's no different than what's my girl Glorilla and whoever now. Like
Hell, Jelly Roll Morton. The nigga name was Jelly Roll. You know what the Jelly Roll mean back in those days?
yeah, he was eating them Packers, but but that's nasty. But that's nasty, bro. He was putting his tongue in the booty hole. But
Bro,
but
that's
but
the lost generation, bro.
but my point. But my point is,
The
until the
flapper
year,
girl. Hey, all right. So look, they had the flapper girls in the 1920s. We got the whopper girls. But go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Well, no, skinny girls on the comeback. I've seen all this shit. I've seen skinny
I said
girls
the
making a comeback.
wop. I said the wop. They selling the wop. They had the flap back then. They got the wop now.
I, look, I ain't gonna argue. Look, but here's my point though, bro. I'm saying that at some point because you don't have a culture, right? Your culture is manufactured by tiny hats and whatever you see on TV. You don't have like a definitive lock down, box down culture that's based on a religion that you can respect, and men who will enforce that by all means. You know what I'm
So what
saying?
happened to the 5%ers?
Ain't no shit. Look,
God bodies.
ain't no shit. What? What they rapping and selling dope in a kufi. Look,
What about the 7 point niggas? The Moors.
anytime, you know why they don't work. I'm gonna tell you why they don't work. And I've said this several times. The reason that none of those religions will ever really work is because it takes you away from where you are and puts you they make you a toddler. Now you have an imaginary land. You're playing imaginary games with your imaginary friends about imaginary places of gold and treasure in your fucking head. What the fuck are you gonna do here? And your soul is somewhere else. Everything about you is like, oh, but this is my physical form. But my essence is in a place I've never even fucking been before. I just saw in a Disney movie. No. No. I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. No.
Bro. All right. Go out the motherfucker. Going to them. What's the name? The Moors coming after me now.
Man, look, and shout out to the Moors, man. But yeah, fuck that shit. Shout out to XL Pro, man, for the $8 cash app. I just saw that shit, bro. Gratitude, bro. Bro, there's
What about
nothing.
TXL Pro? I'm up here too, man. I'm a little. I'm carrying the show a little bit.
I gave you a shout out when you dropped the super chat. But shout out to you again, man. There's a if you the reason that Christianity and Islam works is the same reason that Hinduism and Buddhism works. Cause it's my shit. If I'm in the Middle East, Islam is my shit. If I'm a Anglo-Saxon, regardless whether or not, because those countries are size of the states. So like Britain would be New York State, and France would be like, I don't know, Pennsylvania. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like they're so close together. If you Anglo-Saxon in that area, then the Holy Roman Empire are your people. The King of England started what's it called? The Protestant Church. In order, it's my shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you worship your shit, you'll go far. You worship somebody else shit, and you want to lock your own shit down. How the fuck you do that? And I go to the map for that shit with all them purple and gold prom dress wearing ass niggas. You're not gonna come to me telling me about an imaginary place, nigga. I ain't fucking Aladdin, bro. And you're not gonna tell me a place full of motherfuckers who've been looking like they looking since the Greeks took over, and tell me about all these goddamn philosophical shits that was supposed to happen in the days before time. I'm not fucking going. I'll go with a narrative. If I'm in Norway, nigga, I'm worshiping Thor like a motherfucker, man. Thor, old and all that shit. That shit work. Africa has no religion. That's why they're so easy to conquer with a Bible and some chicken. They had to steal somebody else's religion. Oh, Africa, Islamic. Islam came out in 928 AD, nigga. What? They know God. They worship hoes. They do.
And not even the regular hoes. They be worshiping some of the most stankiest of hoes.
Fat hoes. Because they starving so hard, they think a fat bitch got bread. No. Just fucking no. I'm not no. So you don't, since you don't have a American culture of your own.
They be pretty and thick though, but you just got to wash them up though. I ain't gonna lie.
And look, them soap and water girls being a Nitra. That be further north, like when they get into Spain. Them down south, South African, Nigeria, fucking Kenya, South Africa. You're gonna burn. You're gonna get gonorrhea, my nigga. Guaranteed. Nigga. You gonna get gonorrhea from a virgin, nigga. She ain't even gotta have no other partner. She's just dirty like that.
Yeah.
No.
Why you so stupid, man?
Damn, man. No. Love yourself, nigga. I love my brother like I love myself. I wouldn't tell him no shit. No. No. You gotta come in the crib and a whole bottle of lotion don't help you. No. No. Plus, they worship white so hard. That's another thing about Africans. Nobody pay attention to. Africans worship white people so hard. They hate white people the way black women hate you. Like I need you, I really know how to do shit, but I resent you for being the authority figure. I should be able to do shit, but I don't know how to do shit. Come help me. Oh no, I did it. Any black woman business that I know of in the Midwest. I can't speak for the whole America, but I can speak for the Midwest. Fucking Detroit, Chicago, fucking Wisconsin. I could speak for that. They all have a business by name. Like their name is, their EIN number is registered to them. But they always trying to find 4 or 5 men to help them handle their business. And then after niggas help them, because, you know, niggas is good-hearted. It's not even that you're a simp. It's good-hearted. You know what I mean? Trini, what? All right. Then they be like, I did that all by myself. Did you, bitch?
Oh man, speak to that. I remember a couple years back here, somebody I was seeing at the time, I was trying to help her get on. You know what I mean? As far as um, she had a business, and I was like, look, what I'm gonna do is I want you to go and get a location down in the city, like an office or whatever, so you don't have to do business out of your home no more. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So you already got a proof of concept. Let's just go get an office space and see if we can start to kind of expand things out, right? We seeing each other, so let's make it happen. She didn't want to do that. And then basically fast forward after a couple other endeavors that she failed at, why did she send me? And that's why one of the reasons why I don't really believe some of these magazines nowadays. And it was like she was I guess somehow she got in a woman's empowerment magazine. And I was just like, wait a minute. Basically her in a business suit downtown in the city, like she was running things and all that. I'm like, I was the one that was trying to help you get on, and your business ain't really making no money like you trying to portray. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is bananas. But you would read this article and you would think that, you know, she doing things or whatever. And I'm thinking, wow. And then that same person would turn around and tell you how they did it all themselves. And you're thinking, no, she really didn't. She probably had like 2 or 3 dudes behind the scenes who was actually probably providing her with the funding to get certain things done, or putting her in contact with certain people to get certain things done.
Hey,
She
yo,
wasn't
look.
doing that herself.
If she above a 5, she, of course, everything is getting done for her. Only,
Yeah.
only subpar and downright ugly bras. They well, people pay for them, but they pay for them to get away. See, when you a 5, you know what I'm saying, at least in a decent area, you know, I'm
Ugly
telling
women don't
you.
have shit, bro. You understand that, right? Like I understand what you're saying, and you're right, but ugly women
Yeah.
don't have entrepreneurial spirit. They ugly.
Oh,
They get jobs at TSA. They don't
yep.
start business.
Or call
Unless
center.
bakery, maybe. They might be bakers, but hey, I don't want
Call
no ugly.
centers.
But that's
Who you
somebody
think?
that's
Yeah, but
Who
it
you
was
think
just
you be talking to on the
it,
phone?
you say what?
but yeah,
Who you
it
think you
just
talking
it
to?
just kind of go ahead. Go ahead.
My bad. I was
Who's
just saying,
talking?
I'm about to go ahead and dip. Who you think you be talking to when they be trying to collect your bills and stuff like that? You think you
I
be
be
talking
talking to
to?
Habib, bro. I be talking to some motherfucker in India. I don't understand shit he's saying. Look, even with that though, that's a job. I'm saying ugly women don't aspire to be better people. Like they have to find a job because you ugly. Like
Yeah.
attractive people are ambitious because they be like, "Oh, life is my oyster. I can do what I want to do."
No. See, it's they both on the same ends of the spectrum. See, average looking people and somewhat mid people and ones that's just above average, they're the ones that work the hardest. See, so-called attractive and so-called the beautiful ones, everything is already handed to them, so they don't even
No,
really work that much.
we just talking women. Yeah, women side, you right. No, I know some hot chicks that got calls. I mean, that you got nail salons and shit. You know what? No, it is
But
this ugly ass.
who paid for it?
Oh,
Who
you
gave
right,
her
you
the
right,
who
you
gave
right.
her the money to
No,
capital to
but you know what
start
though?
that?
I'll take it back though. There's a commercial I come on YouTube sometimes for I don't know uh Wix, like set up websites. I think it's Wix.
Yep,
And this
that's
has
what.
to be the ugliest creature I've ever seen in my life. Like she bad. She looked like the witch that ate Hansel and Gretel, bro. She got the bumps on her nose, long ass claw fingernails. Some ugly ass black chick talking about my business took off because of Wix, and I'm like, ugh. So I think she an anomaly. But she got, but she don't have to see her though. It's a website. So whatever you bought, you don't even know it's an ugly ass. I, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't think ugly people really exist. I don't like. I don't. I think ugly people are just here as a to hold coats and purses and shit like that. I don't think they like real people. And I never did. Motherfuckers like, you gonna get you a fat girl and fall in love. No, I'm not, because I never fuck a fat girl. I can't fall in love with somebody I don't talk
Bro,
to.
bro. And you know what? I think that only worked for niggas all the way up until about around 27, 28. Once the niggas see you hit 29, 30, you end up getting a fat baby mama. There's like, oh, this nigga think he better than us.
I am. As a man,
Me too.
and I wish men would understand that I am better than at everything. There's nothing you're better than me at. Nothing. You're only. I fry chicken better than you. I just don't want to do it. When we have sex, I do all the work, bitch. I'm doing the cardio, fucking hamstrings popping, abs hurting.
And
I
they
can't
just
even
lay
get you to
there.
stop scooting when you're riding. You find a girl to ride on her tiptoes. You like, damn, who trained you, shorty? Like, no, I'm
30
better at
seconds.
everything. And you want me to be better at everything. You just want to resent me for being better at everything. And then you find a felon. No, I
Yeah,
am.
yeah. I had a girl tell me that. She told me, she was like, I don't like you because I resent you. I was like, huh? I do everything for you. I resent that you do everything for me. I was like, God damn. Okay.
Oh, I know that girl. She said, no, she told me, she said, man, you do the job of 5 men. She said, but I'd rather fuck 5 men than fuck with you. Because I feel like I don't have any control. I'm like, bitch, the
Damn.
shit getting done.
Right. Damn.
But she also told me that girls think like strippers, and I never forget her for saying that because she ain't lying. She's like, I'd rather have $1 today than $100 on Friday. I need it right now. I said, yeah, women are like
Yeah.
chicken, instant gratification. I'd rather have some
Yeah.
candy right now than a huge 5-course dinner later. Give me a piece of peppermint.
Damn. You must be talking about the
No, they
same girl.
swear that we should follow them because they such good leaders because they know how to control their emotion with emotional intelligence.
I've never. The greatest thing about women is their greater repetitive task. If you give them a handbook, they'll be great. Niggas need relationship handbooks. Marry your secretary, nigga. That's the only way it's gonna work. You're not going to be able, because first of all, if you're a man, if your mother's black, you could be white. If you was raised by the nigger wench in the plantation longhouse, if your mother figures like you don't know when you're being disrespected. You know when your feelings are hurt, but your feelings being hurt ain't necessarily disrespect. You're just emotional. You don't know. But when you know you're being disrespected, you don't tolerate a lot of shit. But if you're from a culture of cuckold men who blame men for everything and let women slide through, I've never heard a black man get mad when black women date out. They don't be like, it's an epidemic. black women are just dating out. Nobody, I've never heard. I know black women who date out, and you know what they do? They cheat with black men. I don't miss out on the pussy. I just ain't got to pay the bill for it.
Man, you know what? I have yet to see that, but I know it happens. I have yet to see it happen though, but I know it happens.
And you know why? Because men are better than them at everything. When you
Yeah, I might go and slide up out of here. I got work in the AM. You know what I'm
no
saying? Y'all
doubt.
have a good night, y'all.
All right. When you date out, that means that she lost her resource of intelligence, income, intellectual property, uh, whatever, handyman. She loses everything you are because you're a phenomenal person because you're a goddamn man. When she dips out, all you missing out is pussy. And this pussy, every girl has a coochie. I guarantee you, bro. I've never seen a girl without one.
Yeah.
You ain't really missing shit. She's just a girl you didn't meet because she was out the market. She could have been married and never came to the club. You wouldn't have met her no way. It don't matter. When women do something, nothing women does matter to anybody except the men that desire her. Because it don't matter to other women. Nothing they do really matters. But you sit here and except parenting, because they horrible parents and horrible teachers. That matters. Because parents are the first teachers. So they bad at a profession of being teachers, and they bad at teaching as a parent. You're horrible teachers. Men are always the best teachers. They were like, mothers are your first teacher. Then you fucked up. Your mom, your first teacher, you fucked up. When I see young boys following daddy, they catching footballs and washing cars and acting like they helping dad change the air filter under the hood. When I see men, their teacher, you see women is wash the dishes. And you should wash the dishes.
Well, I mean, there are some men nowadays who aren't really teaching their kids much of anything as far as anything constructive. You know what I mean? So to say that all men are teachers,
No, no, no,
I
no, no, no,
probably
no,
kind of
no. Okay, so we're starting at the boomers then. We were back at the boom.
okay.
What did she look for when she laid down? And I'm not blaming him or her. I'm just saying, you're looking. She
Right.
was looking for somebody who she could dominate, and now he don't know how to do shit. Like, cause men who know how to do shit require shit, and everybody don't want
Right.
to get paid in coochie. Like if I had to fix your car, I want to be paid in money.
You're right. You're
Or
right.
in kind, like something you have, I need in kind. Maybe you
Barter,
work
yeah.
somewhere and I need, you just shoplift out the storage or something. I need that, like something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need an in kind. God gave you that coochie for free. That's why I don't pay for coochie. God gave you that coochie for free.
Well, you pay for it in one way or another, right?
Impatience.
Oh yeah, 2 tacos, right?
You know what? Here's the thing though. I would give you 2 tacos, bro. Like I don't do anything for a woman I wouldn't do for a man. A woman I don't know, like a perfect stranger. I don't do anything for a woman I wouldn't do for a man. I would
Right.
buy a homeless man a number 5, at McDonald's or whatever. Like I ain't gonna give you no money, but I'll feed you. You say you hungry, I'll feed you. Like I do that
Yeah.
for a homeless man. Like that's not out of my character.
Right.
Like I won't pick up a girl at the bus stop because I won't pick up a guy at the bus stop. You'll never see me pull up on you like, man, them joints fresh as hell, bro. You need a ride. I wouldn't do that. I might talk to you at the bus stop, be like, all right, shorty, you can hit me when you text me later and pull off on your ass.
Yeah.
I'm not your Uber. Like, I have to be in. I do it for their safety because I don't mind choking a bitch. So, for her safety, let's keep it non-monetary because if I invest in you and I don't feel like I got my investment back, I'm treating you like you ran off with pack money. You stole from me.
Yeah.
So I don't to save you. That's not if you my girl. I didn't bought shit for my girl. I done bought cars for my girl. But you my girl.
Right.
Like I just met you and you like, let's go out to eat. 2 tacos, bitch.
Do you see the the post that I put into the group online on Facebook, Marry My Secretary. Basically, it was a guy. I don't know if it's a skit or not, but it just sounds like too familiar, as far as um something about a guy he was with his girl, and so happened she left her phone at the table because she had to go to the bathroom or something. And when he called her phone, his number came up, and the title that basically he was identified at in her phone was free meal number 3. And so he was like, free meal. So basically she had his name as free meal number 3. Basically, she just gets free food from him, or she only calls him when she wants to go out to eat or whatever. And so I don't know if it was a skit, but it was just something that was very telling.
I've seen that. I don't know if it's a skit or not either. I've seen that though a couple of different ways. But you know what though? I ain't shit. A girl took my phone and got mad. Every girl on my phone, it's their real name.
Yeah.
But every girl on my phone, they photo is they coochie. I'm like, send me a print. And all they photos is their coochie pic. I know they coochie more than I know they face, bro. Like if I saw one girl in a porn, you had it, and it was just she was getting drilled up. I know that coochie. Like they were like, man, that's how I am. How you gonna have me in here? And you just got my. I'm like, shut up, girl. You went my phone, motherfucker. You sent me the picture. I can't see the picture, motherfucker. I ain't steal that picture. You gave me the picture. That's but you know.
But
eh.
but anywho, I'm about to wrap it up. But I'm gonna send you a cash app probably tomorrow. And yeah, man, it's good to kind of see you back again, and hope everything working out, with the family or whatever you're dealing with on your end.
Now I'll tell you what I was going through, bro. I'll tell you what I was going through.
Okay.
And this is gonna be real quick. My
dirty folks has been missing in these streets. You know what I mean?
I've been suffering through like a massive like existential crisis. It was past depression. It was like an existential crisis since like last December. And it was I met my father and I didn't like him. Now I always knew my father, I always knew my dad, but I met him like not as dad, but like who he is as a man. Like, like nigga, what? Like all the reverence you have for the title, right? Father, mother.
Right. Yeah.
If you weren't my dad, I would never fuck with you, dude. Like everything was a common. Like he was, like everything that was supposed to be part of the legacy, like property and shit like that. He wanted to give to a fucking orphan, and I'm like, the fuck? Well, cause you're a girl and girls. What? I'm your namesake.
Yeah.
Well, I met this orphan girl, and what?
Wow.
Then got me start surrounding himself with fucking heroin addicts. My dad don't even do drugs. Nigga, I was 26 years old before I saw my dad drink coffee. Kool-Aid like a motherfucker. He addicted to sugar, but I was 26 before I saw him drink caffeine, my nigga. No coke, no nothing. Like my dad don't smoke, not cigarettes, not weed, not nothing. He don't pop it. My dad is drug free as a motherfucker. And he's surrounded by a bunch of heroin addicts. And I'm understanding why. Like, you really need bottom barrel basement motherfuckers to feel important. You know what I mean? Like everything that, because once again, Latchkey here, right? So I know my dad, but I'm kind of getting the information of who my dad was before he was my dad from other people. And boomers have to be the most insulated generation ever. So it's always great positive words about boomers, no matter how ancient they are, right? You got an uncle on crack that touch on 12-year-olds, and grandma be like, I sure know how to fix a car. Like, it's always a positive when people talk about boomers. I don't know if you noticed that, but now that I said, you're going to see it everywhere. The only people talking bad about boomers is people younger than boomers. Like, shit, everybody older than them dead. But people they age. Like, no negative shit ever said about boomers, bro. And I'm like, nigga, what? Like, and it fucked me up because I was going through my whole lifespan of, like, me trying to, kill for the last name and represent the name correctly and all that shit. And I'm like, for this? I did all that for all the trips, all the chances, all the life and death situations. for this
Mm.
to find out everything he ever told me was a lie. Even going back from being a high school wrestling star, that shit was a lie. Like everything he ever told me about himself was some manufactured shit like Nation of Islam niggas. I'm like, fuck. So I had to spend a year trying to figure out, picking apart like what he told me that was valuable information for me to live my life by, and what wasn't, and how many things he said about a bunch of different people that's just so untrue, but it's become the narrative of his family, and like and why he does certain things that puts himself in a negative light, but he don't think it does. Like,
Right.
and I'm trying to, I was,
电量过低，
and it
请
had
充
it
电。
had me on my ass, bro. I was just be sitting there just drinking tequila with my homie, like, yo, bro, I need some therapy, nigga. This is crazy, like, because my dad was driving trucks, so he drove 6 days a week. So I only
Right.
saw him like one day a week for like 45 years. So he retired, and I finally met him. Like, what the fuck? And I was going through that, and then and I got.
So, so the image you had of him all that time, it was dispelled when you got to actually be around him more, and
Right. Because he used to do things that
Okay.
confused me, and everybody be like, yo, dad's highly intelligent. He should be a college professor. And then he retired, and I found like, yo, this nigga got autism. I mean, he got Asperger.
Alzheimer's,
Asperger.
Asperger's. Okay.
I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
this nigga autistic. Like, he a whole autistic. Y'all talking about college professor and an athlete, and I'm like, yo, he got bad knees. He was an athlete. Like, nigga ain't never played sports. Well, he played sports, but he wasn't. He was on the team, but like when I
He
tell
wasn't
people I
good like
played
people
football,
portray.
yeah, I tell y'all all the time, like, man, I played football in college, bro. I was
电
on,
量过
I
低
was on the
请
practice
充
team. I
电。
ain't. They only put me out. I ran through the tunnel at homecoming. I ain't played though, but I had a jersey. Girls gave me sex. Like, I don't mind saying that because it's what happened.
It's true. Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I was on the team. I ain't play.
yeah.
I was a good enough athlete to compete, but not good enough to be on the field. I'm cool with that. It's my story. I got a jersey.
Yeah.
My dad,
Yeah.
like, I was a star 4 years straight, never lost, never lost. What?
He's a boomer, so they're gonna add more. They're gonna add more on it before they take it away.
Bro. And they do that all the way around the board. So I'm a great man. My sons ain't shit. My dad ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no other man is shit but me.
Mm.
And then it's the reverse of black women. Have black women got to date a felon to feel important? Like, he got to be around the most
So much
deadly.
he can control.
Yeah. But he don't want
Yeah.
control, though. He just want to be accepted. Like, I'm like, fuck. It's just, it blew me. And I didn't want to come online and not be funny and not be, insightful. I didn't want to
Right.
come over here and
电
just
量
be
过
like,
低，请充电。
the old man just yelling at clouds like, oh, life fucked up. So I just wanted to chill until I was able to feel, like me, so I could crack jokes and shit, tell stories, and.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, all parents are human, just like anybody else, and of course, sometimes people tell you things and you don't actually, like you said, you don't really get to see them until you're actually spending more time around your parents and see that they aren't, they're not who they're cracked up to be, as far as everybody's saying this person's this great, whatever, and you actually get spend time around them, and you're like, nah, okay.
I mean, I'm even cool with that part. It was just the whole affairs type of thing on top of that. So then all the stories came back like, man, my son, he tried to kill Satan. I'm like, wait, what? I did what? Like, because I'm like, nigga, this is wild. So everything he did was perfect, and everything he didn't get right was somebody else's fault. And then, but I don't talk to people because I don't really care. I'm not
Right.
like a huge family guy. So
Right.
like,
电量过低，
so he in
请
my
充
face
电。
like, you're my son, you're the greatest. He telling everybody else like, yo, homeless bitch, you get the house. Yo, Dauphine chick, you get the counts. I'm like, but he telling me some whole other shit, and then I'm like, the fuck. And she getting back to me and it was because it got messy, and I'm trying to figure out, man, the wheat from the shaft. Like, what's gonna happen? Because my dad is getting older. He pushing 80. I'm like, he ain't gonna be around that much longer.
Wow.
Like, man, if you want me to do it, let's do it now. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can quit claim me the crib right now, so I don't have to go through the estate tax shit. If you want the house to stay in the family, or give it to my sisters. Like, don't give it to a homeless bitch, a fucking orphan. Like, give it to your daughters. You ain't got to give it to me. I got 2 sisters. Get one of them. I got 3 sisters, but get one of them. Like the way he was doing shit was just so out of bounds. It was almost like he resented the family that he created because he
And
can't
that's
take.
and as strange as that may sound, I hear cases like this all the time with people that I work with,
电量过低，
um
请充
as
电。
far as the kids come in and say my parents gave the basically my parents didn't give me the property, my parents gave my kids the property. So I'm like, wait a minute, your dad skipped over you and gave your kids the property or the properties or land or whatever. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of messed up. And it's just one of those things. Whereas you don't really you're coming to find out, you know, why he's doing what he's doing. It doesn't really make sense, but sometimes some family members, some fathers, and I was going to ask this question when Mr. O was on the phone. It's like if you got 3 sons and you as a father, you own, I don't know, like real estate like Donald Trump, right?
Right.
Real estate everywhere. You got 3 sons. You see 2 of your sons are cucks, basically, but one of your son actually stands up and and as a man. Who are you gonna leave the property to? The 2 that pretty much are gonna give it away to their wives and their wives,
电量过
work
低，
head
请
family
充
members,
电。
or are you gonna give it to the one son that you probably know is gonna actually be a man and keep the legacy going?
And I'll tell you the answer to that. They're gonna give it. They're gonna give it to the prodigal son. They're gonna figure the
Mm,
one that's all right is gonna be all right. It
mhm.
doesn't make sense. Like logistically, it doesn't make sense. But emotionally, because we operate like women, that's what they'll do. Even posthumously, I want to help this motherfucker be a bum. That, that's what they
Right,
are.
right. Yeah, yeah. But anywho, well, like I said it before, it's good to see you back, and hopefully you'll do more content. But are you catching like some of these panels? Because now everybody's kind of on YouTube doing panels and all that right now, and some of these panels, it's just like more gossipy. Nobody's really talking about anything, and it's